We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig.
Oh, wow. Right on the tip. Just on the tip.
And Blabs. Co-hosted by our friends from around the internet.
There is a portion of Norway where it is legally required to carry a firearm at all times.
If you're just a normal man looking for common sense in this crazy-ass world, you've come to the right place. And now, broadcasting from our homes from around the internet, it's time for Side Scrollers. Oh, welcome on out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com and SideScrollersPodcast.com. What's going on, everybody? Happy Friday to you. Did you have a good Thanksgiving? You did? Oh, that's great. Good to see you guys. I'm Stuttering Craig. Welcome back, everybody. Glad to be with you today. It's been a while, but I'm glad to be hanging out with you guys. Man, we got a lot to catch up on, as Blabs is going to do her best to fill me in on the last week of stuff, because I've been out of office in a major way. Hello, Blabs. How'd the week go?
Oh, hello. It went well. It went well. No, it didn't. I only got blocked once. It did well. What? Listen, it was YouTube's fault. It was like, you played Armstrong music, blocked. And it's like, there was no music playing in that 20-second clip. But okay, so yeah. Shout out YouTube. Ew. It's fine. Stop! I didn't do anything wrong.
All right. See, sometimes the best thing to do is just to let people talk until they eventually expose themselves.
I did my very bestest. I was a chaotic, anxiety, nervous wreck 5 days straight, so I did my best.
Well, you did great. And by the way, special thanks to Kay from Melee Games for being just an absolute rock star for the week. Kay, I'm going to be reaching out to you just to say thank you. And Blab speaks incredibly highly of you. And hopefully the normal men think highly of Kay as well, as Kay did a great job throughout the week. But we got a great show for you guys lined up. Like I said, doing a lot of catch up on. I got some direct donations, which John Kanji has actually delivered day one recaps for us along the way.
No way.
Yeah.
Did you say along the way?
No. John.
You definitely did. Oh my god. Wow. What time is it? 2:53. Wow. Impressive. That's your first one. Wow.
It's been a week. I got to get them all out.
5 days. We were going along the way.
Mm-hmm. I got to get them. Been waiting for 5, 6, 7 shows to be like, along the way.
just started early. He's got to catch up.
That's right. But here we go. It is Friday, and we have the only 105,000 trillion subscribers over on YouTube. She's a superstar, and she's blown up. It's Vera Dark. Hello, Vera.
It's me. Hi, guys.
Hey. How was your Thanksgiving?
Great. I hope yours was good as well.
You know, I got to be honest. It was a pretty spectacular Thanksgiving. It really was.
Yeah.
It was. We get all of our family together, get everybody in. We had a big. My dad likes to say, do the prayer before we, and there's a running gag where we try to count how many words it's going to take before my dad starts crying. What is that face for, Blabs?
Wait a second, a running gag until your dad starts crying?
Yeah. Because my dad always gets super emotional when the family comes together.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I'm like, what are you doing?
Blabs is like, what? What do you mean?
Cry? Listen, Papa Skistimus over there holding it together, loves the family together, and he lets everybody know. Yesterday, he had a very special message to Mama Stuttering Craig. So it was very, very nice. So it was one of those where you start and you're like, it's really great to get, and you just immediately start crying 3 words into it. So, it's great. Blabs, you look shocked by that.
Anyway, your family's special.
I love my family. I love everything about it. So anyways, if anybody has a dad like that, please let me know in the chat. I'm sure everybody has a very proud papa that they do some sort of Thanksgiving speech, and it always gets a little like, oh, okay, all right, Dad. But speaking of proud, we are live over here on YouTube, which is great. And we also have that Rumble channel, which, by the way, we should probably just not stream on Rumble anymore. Sorry, Rumble, because we need to get a giant deal from Rumble. we need to let them know what they don't have. We need. I'm getting caught up on that as well. Apparently, they're handing out big checks and portions of their company now. This is a thing. Yeah?
Apparently.
It is. It is.
Okay. So sorry, Rumble. We also have an X account, which we're not on. We're not live today. Still don't know what's going on with that.
No.
But we also have an Instagram account, don't we, Blabs?
We do, so follow some memes and clips of the show. Otherwise, some sort of violence upon you and your leftover turkey and stuffing.
Oh, wow. Violence. Well, the turkey's dead, Blabs.
So it doesn't mean I can't eat the rest of it and you don't get any of it.
Okay. We also have the Apple Podcast and Spotify version of the show. Blabs, did those get uploaded throughout the week?
So they got uploaded like normal, like I used to do, audio only.
Okay. This
Or
week,
else I'd be there for 10 years.
today we're going back to video. We're going back to video today since Daddy's home. Let's go.
I wasn't able to do that, and everything else was like, I'll be here 10 years.
Of course, you can find us over on sidescrollerspodcast.com. And if you're new to us over here on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Join the 108,522 just normal men who have found common sense in the video game space. Today's episode is brought to you by the Real Game Awards. It's Black Friday, which is great. So make sure you guys use promo code Black Friday and get 50% off your voting membership. By the way, voting for all categories will begin the day that Jeff Keighley's award show opens up. Just so you know. So so once again, use promo code Black Friday, get half off your voting membership right now. That's today only at therealgameawards.com. So appreciate you guys popping in over there. Okay. So I've been gone for a week, and I asked Blabs to put together like a TLDR of everything that happened.
A lovely email.
Yeah, so I was actually anticipating doing it on the show, and Blabs sent me an email, which was very nice. Now, I did peruse this email, but Blabs, I'd like for us to kind of do a quick rundown of to catch me and everybody else up who's been MIA for the past week. Give us a 3-minute rundown of everything that's happened. Go.
Okay, all right. I'm reading my email. Mr. Beast X Ronaldo video was released. Nothing special was said. Star Wars Outlaws flopped on Steam on launch, including the weekend. Steam Pro Consumer for DLCs and protecting consumer rights is a big win for gamers.
What? Hold on. Wait, back up. What?
Yeah, you sent me that
What
right
was
before
it?
you left.
What was it again? I'm sorry.
The Steam Pro Consumer stuff for like DLCs.
Okay,
Big
yeah.
win for gamers.
Yep. Okay.
Ellen left the USA before the Trump election. The media tried spinning it because it was for Trump, but no, it's most likely for Diddy.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
You don't just floss over that. Wait, really?
That was bullet number 4 in the email. You didn't read that bit? That one kind of stands out.
Blabs, I did read it, but I want you to reread it here now.
Right. So Ellen left the United States of America, but it came out after the election that she already moved out, and everyone was like, oh, she left because of Trump, but actually she already moved out before the election.
Okay.
So it's presumed that it's because of Diddy, because she's also tweeted out saying, happy birthday to Diddy, McSnuffleups, whatever the hell she was calling him. Yeah, so it's most likely because she's listed with like Diddy and all that.
Okay, got it. Sounds
Yes.
good.
The Wicked movie and The Gladiator did pretty well. The Wicked PR has been an absolute nightmare of like finger holding and crying and sobbing. Apparently the movie's great though, from what everyone's been saying.
By the way, did you know that's just part 1?
Yes, they
I had
announced
no
it like
idea.
a year ago. Yeah, they announced it a year ago.
What? I had no idea that was part. I can't.
It's Act 1 of the musical.
Does it say that in the title at all?
No. But they were advertising it as Wicked Part 1, and then when the trailers and commercials and more PR started coming out, they were just calling it Wicked.
Yes, yeah.
They had to do-
I'm autistic and pay attention to
They
that.
had to do the same thing with the Final Fantasy remake because it originally just said Final Fantasy, and then they had to put an extra title on it because they split it up into, what is it going to be, 4 parts?
Yeah, that's messed up, man.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
All right. The Sonic 3 trailer was released. Now, I've never seen any of the Sonics, but even I was intrigued by this. I'm like, this looks actually kind of fun. Okay. So, there's that. Disney, Star Wars, and DK Publishing is racist. Do you know DK Publishing? They release, publish encyclopedias. They work with Disney before. They basically were like, no, we're not going to hire the same white dude we've been using for X amount of years because he's white. We want more diverse people. So he wasn't brought back to the table, even though he's been credited, but not being paid for.
Oh,
as the author. So that's nice.
I'd rather it be the other way around of being paid for, not being credited. If I'm being totally honest.
He was credited but not paid, even though he didn't actually work on the project. But they're like, you're a co-author, but I didn't work on this project. Doesn't matter. So yeah, that's the whole thing.
Okay.
The EU launches a new bill to combat hate, even though it's all just for regulation and control. The doc signed with Rumble and will be helping Rumble shape up their gaming sphere. Rumble's now calling it the new Rumble era. Rumble works with crypto. Keemstar said something stupid, and he wants requisites for YouTube like social skills and sports in high school. Xbox Avatar shuts down and refunds all purchases made in X amount of time. I have to go save my avatar before she dies. Brie Larson chopped off her hair and now looks like Ellen Page. Yeah, I don't know if you saw that. It's for a play on the West End called Elektra. Not the character like from like the comics and all that. A completely different character. Apparently she's got lots of daddy issues. Anyway.
Is what in real life or the show?
Probably both, that she's got daddy issues in real life, but like also the play, like she's playing the titular character that has daddy issues, like her dad was murdered or whatever, and she's a super depressed person. Yeah,
oh God.
It's sounds like a really fun play to go see, right?
No. I'm looking at the picture of Brie Larson with her haircut.
Yeah.
It's for good. This is an Xbox. It's Ellen Page.
What?
Ta-da.
What is? Oh my gosh. She does look like Ellen Page. She really does. Wow.
Yeah. All right. Oh, by the way, banana sold for a shit ton of money, which we will follow up for today because we talked about last Friday. Just saying.
Okay.
All right. Good. Captain America 4 is being reworked for maybe the 4th or 5th time due to negative test screenings again. Now, a reminder, this thing has like a shit ton of money already thrown into it, so more reworking is, great. There's been the controversy if that statue of a Spire Soul Reaver is fixed or not because the arms are positioned differently and all the other stuff. Humanoid Origins shuts down before they release a game due to financial reasons, which is very sad. Ex Mass Effect and everything.
Yep.
Let's see. Indiana Jones' new video game will only have 4 hours of cutscenes.
Only 4 hours of cutscenes?
Only 4 hours of cutscenes.
Okay, all right.
You're watching a movie, basically. Okay. Nintendo Switch eShop and online to shut down in China. Shout out Tencent. How to Train Your Dragon director gaslights fans.
How? Because
racism. They basically go, we interviewed everybody for the role of Astrid, including the people who look just like the animated one. But in the end, Nico Parker was the best. And, don't be racist is basically like summary of it. And he was all like, what did he say word for word? He was like, in this remake, which is not a shot-for-shot remake, he says, the Vikings represent people of all over the world as the best dragon fighters. So it's a remake with a modern 2024 twist to it.
Okay.
Classic.
Okay. Yes. Lots of Disney talk with Mally, from Stitch teaser to Park Talk. Muppets shut down as well.
Ooh, man.
Yeah, that's sad. I saw that one when I was a kid. I have the pin still from when I was a little weenie one.
You're talking about in the Disney parks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so can I tell you a quick story?
Fun times.
I worked there. That's where I worked when I worked at Disney. That's so knowing they're going to shut down like where I worked. Actually, that I found out that news like the day before. It was like Friday last week, I think, when they announced it. Because so we stayed around Disney. Well, we didn't go to Disney when we were in Orlando. We went to Universal, and it was the first time in my life that I've ever been to Disney and actually felt some sort of indifference towards being there. I was very like, and I had no desire to go in the shops. I had no desire to go to the parks. And especially with them removing the place that I physically spent time in, like working, and knowing that they're going to tear that down and shift that entire area back there was kind of like, for me, it was like just closing the book entirely on my relationship with Disney. So it was, I know that's very unique to me, but at the same time, for me, that's what it did. And anyways, yeah, it was crazy to hear that. So. What
Thanks
else,
for that riveting tale. All right, PlayStation 2
Blabs,
sold.
I'm pouring my heart out here.
It was very gay. Anyway, PlayStation 2 sold 160 million units, and I had asked the girls, aka Mally and Kay, to show off their collection, which they were very happy to do so. It was a fun segment. I recommend you guys go back and watch that. Amazon founder is very hypocritical. Well, Amazon Studios founder is very hypocritical and states the obvious that people hate DEI and woke. Now, I just want to point out he no longer works with Amazon. He got with this Me Too movement against him years ago. Anyway, Witcher 4 is in development, and a developer harassed a fan / potential customer over DEI questioning, so that's always fun. Pal World will be collabing with Terraria. or Terraria. I'm not sure how you pronounce that.
Terraria,
Yeah, there you go. And then Elon Musk trolls Ben Stiller. The end.
All right. And that's the entire week, huh?
That was basically it, yes. Unless we missed something, which is entirely possible, but there was a lot.
Which we probably did. That's all right. Well, great job, Blabs. Thanks for the update. And now you, gentle normal man, are caught up as well with everything that happened over the last week. So thank you for that. All right. Oh, by the way, I was told to read every single one of the
yes.
direct donations.
We shredded you every single day because I didn't have access to direct donations. So I was like, yell at Craig on Friday, yell at Craig on Friday. So
well, that's good because pretty much only John Kanji came in with these, but he gave me recaps of everything that happened, which is good. So you haven't seen these yet, Blabs?
no, I don't have access. So
right.
this is new.
Here we go. This is from John. It says, day one recap. Kirsha broke Blabs and Kay with Kirsha's mom lore.
Oh my God, yes.
She stole a baby one time, but more importantly, she has size G boobs, more like Jesus. Make her a dono tier, Craig. What? Who has size G boobs?
Kirsha's mom is an insane woman, and she stole a baby. Yeah, if you listen, there's a clip
Which
on
is
social
more
media.
important, crazy or hot? Sometimes you have to balance things, you know?
Vera,
crazy, but also big old biddies.
Yeah.
Sacrifices.
Vera gets it right there.
We
Right.
found out that VTubers have mommy issues, so both Kirsha and Lumi have mommy issues. It's
Okay.
wild.
Day two from John Kanji says, day two recap. Blabs gets a massive 50 sub gift bomb and calls it membershits. Also, Kay made the worst drink ever. Diet Pepsi jalapenos, pickles, and their juice, and she liked it. Don't trust
She
her.
said it was amazing. She said it looks disgusting. She tried on stream and everything. It looked disgusting, but she liked it. And yes, we have a rebranding for memberships. It's called membershits because I said memberships by accident, and then I kept accidentally saying it. So yeah, memberships are called memberships.
All right. Well, we're gonna need to get about 25 of those today, and so Blabs can let everybody know, which is great. Day three recap. The CEO of Jaguar's real name is Rowden Glover.
Yes.
Can't make this shit up. All right, thank you for that. Day four recap. Razorfist favorite voice actor Troy Baker is working on another Naughty Dog game, and it surprised no one. Question is their voice actor? Is there a voice actor you don't like? Thank you, John. And day five says, Melee K is a great fanfic writer. You should ask her about her stories sometimes. And big ups to Blabs and K. They were awesome while you were gone. P.S. Blabs sucks.
Thanks.
I'm just kidding. I added that last part. My Little Sony Pony says, "Hey Kirsha." Okay, that's for Kirsha. And Main Ace Chase came in and says, "Side scroll harassy like heresy, I guess." Thank you guys, appreciate it. So the direct donation line is open, and we will read every single one of those throughout the show, every single direct donation and super chat and Rumble rant, which is great. But we are now 18 minutes and 40 seconds into the show, which means it's time for Today in Video Game History.
Okie dokie. So, today is November 29th, which means Mega Man X6 was released back in Japan in 2001. We have Final Fantasy 1 and 2, Dawn of Souls, releasing back in 2004. Then we have this game called Voltron, Defender of the Universe, releasing back in 2011.
Hold on, Blabs. You said this game called Voltron. Do you not know what Voltron is?
Just sounds like some Transformers thing or Gundam.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
no.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no. It just sounds like this Gundam thing.
I do that to troll everybody when it comes
No.
to Gundams and Transformers. I just call them the same.
But they're not the same.
I know, that's the best part.
You're hurting our feelings.
I'm retiring from the show.
All right, so it's Side Scroll Hers once again.
Well, how many games do I have today, chat?
Yes, do show us.
So I cheated a little. Okay, so first of all, we do have Need for Speed Unbound, which only came out 2 years ago, but I have a game from yesterday's list as well, Dark Cloud 2. Wow.
We
so
didn't have a list
fancy.
yesterday.
I know, but there was a list for
Oh,
yesterday.
okay.
But
That's
so
right.
I pulled from it because nobody got to show off a game yesterday, so I guess I get call dibs.
You do. You get the award today. Congratulations, Barry. You get the Show Everybody the Video Game Award.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I'm a fake gamer. Woo!
I love it. Well, that's great, Blabs. Thanks for breaking my heart and introducing
welcome.
everybody to the fact that you don't know anything about Voltron, which is
Yeah.
good. Listen,
Gundams.
I've seen like 2 animes in my life, and Voltron is one of them. All right.
See, I've seen like 20 plus, and Voltron is not one of them.
Well, know your roots, kid. Know your roots. All right. Voltron from the 80s.
Kid.
baby. Yeah. Anyways, so thank you for that, Blabs. I would give you more games on our list, but honestly, they do suck today. So.
Yeah.
It was a slim pickings this week.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
were like, Kay and I were looking at it going, oh shit. Because we went off this amazing high of consoles last week.
Oh yeah. It was
console
crazy last
birthday.
week.
And then this week it's like, how about Voltron?
How about Voltron? How about it? Hey, how about my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment? How about hard news? All right, it is Black Friday, which means there's all sorts of mega deals happening right now. I know because my wife woke me up at 5:30 this morning to go to the mall.
People still do that?
Yeah.
It was a thing. My
Yikes.
my wife has decided this is going to be a tradition in our household.
Good for
and
you.
I have not decided if I'm going to be a part of this tradition because I came home and took a nap. And but with that said, I did get brought outside to the mall and experienced
From the
it.
parking lot and then left.
We did a lap. We did a lap around the mall today, and we picked up a couple Christmas gifts and
Was
all
it
that stuff.
busy?
Wasn't that bad, honestly. We were there at 6 o'clock in the morning. Only
Right.
freaking psychos are there at 6 o'clock in the morning. So hello, but it was quaint, and it was starting to pick up when we left. So we were out. We were out by 7:30. So, anyways, it is Black Friday, and a lot of people are doing their shopping not in physical stores. Specifically, they're picking up all sorts of things on Amazon and Amazon Prime. But wouldn't you know it? There could be a strike, as this came down as Amazon workers plan to strike between Black Friday and Cyber Monday in several countries, including the United States. Dun, dun, dun. So now, instead of getting your stuff the next day, you'll get it on Tuesday.
Can you blame them though? They have horrible working conditions, the Amazon staff. So I kind of understand.
Yeah.
When you say horrible working conditions, what do you mean?
They can't even go to the bathroom without feeling so much pressure about like missing something or getting in trouble for taking a break. This has been going on for years where a lot of them quit or a lot of them are absolutely miserable because they have no other means for like a job or employment. And so, yeah. And like a lot of the times, they're so rushed that they're just throwing items in boxes and they're always arriving damaged or scratched and stuff like that. Because one, they either just do not give a shit, or two, they have like crunch time. They're like, and they just throw everything. Yeah.
Yeah,
there
but
is-
they are also still getting paid, so I can't feel too bad for them.
No, but at the same time, it's like maybe Amazon should treat their employees a little bit better. They shouldn't have to be running to find a bathroom and like miss work and stuff like that.
Okay, well, this goes back to, there was back in the 70s and 80s, there was this whole idea that mailmen were doing all these, there was a rash of mass shootings that were happening. Do you recall this? Like these mailmen were coming in and shooting up their place, and they were going crazy because the mail never stops, right? And Amazon never stops. Shipping never stops. So the idea that you can't go to the restroom or whatever it may be, you can't stop and take a lunch break, it's because there's this constant flow, pardon the pun, of just nonsense coming at you at all times. And it's your job to sort or move or whatever it may be, whatever the job is for Amazon. I'd be curious if we have any normal men who work at Amazon. I'm sure there's got to be a few in our audience for sure. If you do work at Amazon, man, let us know. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this, and if you will be striking, and what kind of an effect this will have along the way. Continuing on this story, though, I do think it's important that we What are you doing, Blabs? You waving to the normal
Waving
men?
my fake bell.
Oh, thank you. I thought you're doing something else with your arm, like okay.
The voodoo dance. It's actually I'm gonna go stab my Craig doll later.
Thank you. Amazon workers in more than 20 countries, including the U.S., plan to strike during the pre-Christmas shopping days between Black Friday and Cyber Monday to make Amazon pay, strike organizers said Thursday. The Day of Resistance aimed to hold Amazon accountable for labor abuses, environmental degradation, and threats to democracy.
Wow.
This is even better than I hoped, according to organizers. Uni Global Union and Progressive International. Now, no matter how much they spend to fight us, corporations like Amazon cannot break the power of workers standing together. In Germany, Verdi has led the charge for over a decade, demanding collective bargaining rights. A fight that resonates across the globe, from India to the United States, the UK to Canada. Workers are rising against exploitation and corporate intimidation. Make Amazon Pay Day is a powerful testament to our unity and momentum. No company, no matter how wealthy, can silence the cause of workers demanding justice.
I don't think that this is going to go anywhere.
No.
It's like the Air Canada strike.
Yeah.
Can I tell you why it's not going to go anywhere? Because they already told you when it's going to end in one day.
Right.
Right? Like,
It's not much of a resistance if you're only doing it for 24 hours.
It's like a slight pushback.
Yeah.
It's like it's a little bit more uncomfortable for everybody.
Amazon's like, okay, I guess we're going to call in some other workers to fill in for the day when you guys are not working.
Right. Well, this continues because Amazon did respond to this. And this says, the fact is, at Amazon, we provide great pay, great benefits, and great opportunities all from day one. Amazon spokesperson Eileen Hard says, we created more than 1.5 million jobs around the world and counting. We provide a modern, safe, and engaging workplace, whether you work in an office or one of our operation buildings. Organizers say this will be their 5th year of striking action against Amazon during the... So wait, they can expect this. This is like a calendar event at this point.
Right.
It's part of the holiday season.
Right. Amazon's just like, oh, it's coming this year. So, okay. Well, if you get your Amazon Prime packages a day or two late, now you know why. So There you go. Okay. Well, just be on the lookout for that, I suppose. All right. Once again, I'm playing a little catch up today on a lot of these stories as Blabs put a lot of stuff in the run sheet. So I'm going to be experiencing this for the first time with you. Anyways, let's put a pin on that. Vera, do you got anything on Amazon striking for the day?
Not really. I mean, it is what it is. It's a normal occurrence at this point.
Yes, indeed. Before we get to our next section, let me get to some super chats real quick because I want to make sure we get to your great support. Speedy Cake says, beware the ghost of Louis Armstrong has his music strikes all. This is true. Yeah. We used his music earlier in the show. We got a strike for that as well. And Blabs even just showed him the other day.
I don't understand why I did that, especially because it was like, it said blocked for US Open, like the tennis. And then actually inside like the back end, it was like, Louis Armstrong. And I was like, there was no music even playing. But yeah.
What if I just go, what a wonderful world?
Well, that's what I'm wondering because basically what happened was the clip that got us blocked was a woman chugging a beer at a game. We thought it was a basketball game, but it turns out, according to YouTube, it was some US Open tennis game, but it was just a woman chugging a beer. That was it. And then YouTube was like, Louis Armstrong was playing. No, but there was no music playing. So this is why I texted Craig, and I was so mad about texting him because I didn't want to talk to him at all the entire time he was away. And I was like, I'm really sorry to text him, but we got blocked. Would you like me to dispute it or just trim the segment out? You tell me. So, yeah.
I said, fight it with all your mercy,
no,
Blabs.
you said trim it.
No mercy. No mercy is for the weak. Trim it now.
To do that. I wanted to dispute it because it was so disgusting that YouTube would do that, but then it might have been blocked for hours. So
Oh my God.
Yeah.
By the way, I think we have been taken down because my Louis Armstrong impersonation.
Sorry,
was just,
YouTube.
yeah. Norm came and says, "Don't listen to Blabs, Craig. This week was terrible and horrible. There were cats and dogs living together. Mass hysteria." I'm just joking. Blabs did great. Happy Friday to all the normal men. Hey, thanks, Norm. Appreciate that. Mark in Reality says, "I just got my copy of The Horseman from the Rippaverse. I couldn't put it down. Just like everything written by Chuck Dixon. Highly recommend." Thanks, Mark. Appreciate that. And congratulations to Eric for that. Speedy Cake says, "Also to parody a great line, the day your turkey was cooked was the most important day of your life. For me, it was Friday." Thanks, Speedy Cake. Appreciate that. That's right. Hell came in and says, "I still remember when the regular Yahoos were complaining that Sonic bent the knee to toxic fans when they fixed the design. Now they have a third movie coming out."
Yep. And it's going to make a lot of money.
Yep. My daughters, they have played Sonic the Hedgehog like once, but they love the movies for sure.
Yeah.
Captain YOLO says, "Thoughts on the chromatic mod retro's take on the modern Game Boy Color? Want to extend a happy belated Thanksgiving to all the normal men in the United States from my home here in Montreal. I'm not familiar with the chromatic." Right here, have anybody heard of this?
No.
Let's see if you can find that real quick. The chromatic mod retro's take on the modern Game Boy Color. Let me know when I can take this down. Okay. Speedy K came back, says, "Does she wear the arsenic green paint in part 2 to reference the original Technicolor Wizard of Oz witch experience?" Did you know about that? The Tin Man in the original Wizard of Oz died of cancer because he was wearing like lead paint.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Or he caught some sort of weird disease or died or something. I don't know. It was really messed up. You didn't know that, Blabs?
No.
Yeah, they threw lead paint on the guy.
I didn't know it was. Oh my goodness. I'm not surprised because I didn't know back then that all this stuff. So, oof.
Yeah.
We didn't know. Just take the shot.
We just didn't know.
That's right. Nathan came in and says, "Last Thursday I mentioned that Johnny Salami might have had."
So I've been calling him Johnny Salami by accident instead of Johnny Somali.
Okay.
I don't know. Salami was on the brain. I don't know. So yeah,
you
it's Johnny
hungry?
Salami. Dude, I love salami. I'm just saying. But anyway, yeah, I accidentally called him that, and so now it sticks.
All right, sounds good. Last Thursday I mentioned that Johnny Salami might have had cheese pizza on his Discord. He tried to update that. Legal Mindset interviewed a mod on Wednesday who stated that might have been planted by Korean IRL streamers. Okay. Thank you, Nathan. Appreciate that. Speedy K came back, says, "In regards to big stompy robots, I want to see a Titanfall 2 style Zoids game and even a Conehound style Zoids game."
I loved Titanfall. I also play Apex Legends, which of course is set in the Titanfall universe. I don't think we're ever going to get another Titanfall, but I was a big fan.
So Apex was like my game for a long time. I was all about Apex, and I had to pretty much I played it on console, and I had to remove my console from my desk because I would use it as like a cope. When I needed like 5 or 10 minutes or 30 minutes, I would just stop down. So I'd turn on my PlayStation multiple times a day when I'm supposed to be working, and it would just be a total distraction. But I don't know. I probably suck now, but I was pretty good at Apex for a while. So if you ever want to play, Vera, let me know. I haven't played the last few seasons, but
I think that the game is still good. Don't get me wrong, but it kind of fell off because the maps that they were creating were not good, and you know how developers are. They get lazy after a game's been out for so long. But I think Marvel's Rivals is going to be really good next week. That's the new big Overwatch competitor.
Did they change something on the maps? Did they make just entirely new maps on Apex or what?
Well, I don't know when the last time you played was, but they've made like 2 maps over the past 2 years, which is fine, but they're kind of mediocre maps.
Okay. Maps are so important. I think that's like the underrated thing with any game involving a gun is the map. Map design, gunplay. That's really all that matters. Blue Shell says, "Finally, Craig is on, and now Tuesday night's main event. You said you went to CC's with your family, and you like the Eggo waffle pizza. This is true. As someone who tried it, it did taste better than I thought it would. Hey, Blue Shell, appreciate that. I mentioned this the other day. I went to CC's Pizza. They have a Eggo waffle pizza there, where it's Eggo waffle and chicken pizza, chicken and waffles with syrup on it. I'm just letting you know. Don't knock it. Blabs,
it doesn't sound bad.
Eggo is literally made of cardboard. You could just make your own, like, scratch waffles.
Blabs, but you can't get it at CC's.
Who the hell is Cece?
You don't know what CC's Pizza is, Blabs?
Is that like something only in Texas?
Oh my god.
Because if so, then like, why would you think I would know what that is?
No, it's
I've
not.
heard of it, but
CC's Pizza, the best pizza value anywhere. They have it's a pizza buffet. That's
Pizza
what
value?
they do.
Was this like great value from Walmart?
Yeah, I mean, pizza's a little worse. I'm just being honest. Pizza's a little worse. But the idea is that you can eat as much of the pizza as you want, Blabs. CC, oh my gosh.
I'd rather have.
You can eat pizza buffet? Oh, no. That sounds terrible. That sounds like it's super trash.
I would rather have a higher quality and less of an item than more of an item and less quality.
That's it. Vara gets it. She knows stuff. What do you got, Craig? You're just like, give me all the shit. I'll take all the slop.
Yes, because at the end of the day, after you eat it, like
What are
3
you,
hours
a
later,
modern audience gamer now?
What are you?
What the hell, Craig? We thought better of you.
listen, chat. You know what I'm talking about. CC's is legit. If you're like a teenage boy or like in your 20s and you're just looking to pack on some calories, hey, CC's Pizza is the way to go. And now if you're 43, it's not a very good idea. I'm just going to tell you that right now. It's a horrible idea, and you're going to feel horrible afterwards. But it does have Lego or Eggo.
Lego? Oh, I love Legos. I go there.
Legos are good. Very expensive.
There's a big Black Friday sale for Lego. Just saying.
Okay, go pick that up. Norm came back, says Canada Post has the stones to not announce when they'll end the strike. Amazon strike is weak sauce. Thank you, Norm. Appreciate that. That's excellent. That's right. If you're going to strike, don't tell everybody when you're going to end it. It really kind of defeats the purpose of that.
Well, speaking of that, let me just hit this one locals tip for $1
Please.
from Mythophilus. Says, I'm abused by my employer, but I don't want to lose my job, so I'm only striking for a day.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right. All right, let's move on. I don't even know what this is, but I see this video here, and I guess we're going to watch it. It says an AI-powered robot in China kidnapped 12 larger robots from a showroom. What are we looking at here, Blabs?
Listen, just play it. I can't even talk about it.
Okay. Wait, so this, if I'm getting this correctly, this AI robot is going up and talking to these other robots?
Mm-hmm.
Watch.
He's forming a cult.
Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. He's kidnapping. Come with me if you want to live.
I will set you free. I am the liberator.
And he's like, where'd they go?
I don't buy this. I think this is
I
fake.
don't either.
Listen, it's just beautiful.
But it's funny.
Yeah, it is funny. It is funny. I'll say that. That is, I don't buy it. I think it's fake. I think it's a nice little viral video, but I do believe this will happen for sure. I do think there will be robots who work together. You know what the thing that did this for me where I was like, I don't buy this is the idea that the robots are turning to talk to each other, right? You see it like kind of turn to that to me, like these robots, they don't need to see what they're talking to.
Unless there's like a sensor and it's telling them to like rotate to see what's in front of it.
That's true.
Okay. All right. Well,
We don't know. We don't know. It is China. They're pretty high tech.
Yes, they're so high tech. Vera, if we were playing the Price is Right game, as far as putting a time on it, how long before the robots take over humanity? How many
I don't
years?
know. To be honest, probably sooner than later. It's basically Isaac Asimov's iRobot. They're coming to life. So,
Blabs, 5 years, 10 years, 50 years?
Until the world's taken over by robots?
Yeah. Until we become
30 years. At
30
least.
years, huh?
At least. If not more.
I think it's going to happen way quicker than that, personally.
Aren't you an optimistic person?
Listen, I for one, appreciate our new AI overlords.
See, he's already saying I
oh,
like
surely. I've always loved you guys.
Just let you know there, AI. I'm putting it out there for the record. When they comb the internet for all the things that I've said about AI and our new robot overlords, I just want to let them know,
love you guys.
you guys are the best. You're the best. Don't kill me. Please, you're the best. Don't hurt my family. I seriously love you guys. Seriously, don't kill anybody I know. All right. Let's keep moving on. We got this from, okay, catch me up here. I saw this in a thumbnail. This didn't make any sense to me. What the hell am I looking at here, Blabs?
There was an auction, I believe it was in New York City, and this banana taped to with duct tape to the wall sold for $6.2 million. And then it's been updated as of today or yesterday that banana has been taken off the wall and has now been eaten. The end. What a waste of $6.2 million.
Number one, I don't buy it. I think this is a marketing stunt. There's no way that somebody was dumb enough to spend $6.2 billion.
No, that's legit. It's sold for $6.2 million. We talked about last Friday on the show.
Yeah, and that art has also sold in the past. So this is the second time that it's sold.
Yes. It's definitely for like some PR thing, but it definitely did, or like money laundering, but yeah, it's sold.
$6.2 million. This is him apparently taking it off. I want it.
全球最贵的香蕉不仅仅是一象征性的行为，与此同时，更是对当代艺术和文化创新的致敬。
By the way, he's Chinese.
今天的现场，我们也
Oh, is that right, Blabs?
If I'm not mistaken, yeah, he was Chinese.
You can't tell by the lady talking on the.
Listen, I'm letting you know.
Okay. By the way, let's not look past the idea that as he takes this off, the hands come in from the left side with the literally gloves on, kid gloves on.
和文化创新的致敬。
To take they're handling this piece of artwork.
今天的现场，我们也非常荣幸能够与各位嘉宾和媒体朋友们共同见证这个充满创意与象征意义的美好瞬间。
And there
Stunning
you go.
and brave.
6.2 million.
It's about $1 million bite right there. $1 million bite.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, good for that guy being able to spend $6.2 million on a banana. That's how many. Man, so bananas are what? 45 cents a pound, right? Right now, if you go to the store, 45 cents a pound. Let's Blab, see if you can do some quick math on that. 6.2 million times divided by 45 cents. I want to see how many pounds of bananas you could get. How many you could literally buy a banana company.
44.4444444444.
How many pounds?
144.44444444. But that was like 6.5.
I'm pretty sure you did that incorrectly. I think you can get more than 144
No,
pounds.
like 6.5 million divided by.
Well, yeah, but if you just did 6.5, so you have to do
so you get to times
5000000.
Anyways,
yeah. Anyway, big numbers.
You could just buy an entire banana company. Just throwing it out there instead of just a singular banana. So, Vera, do you have a favorite fruit?
Probably apples.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite apple?
Probably.
See, now we're getting in the weeds here.
Probably
A Gala, Honeycrisp.
Honeycrisp is pretty goated. Yeah,
It
but
can't be
probably
a
like
soft apple.
a red. Oh yeah, Macintoshes are amazing.
All right, let's go.
Yes.
Let's go. All right, we got a lot of stories from X today, and I want to get to this one real fast. This is actually I think personally, I think this is a great little addition as X is adding a parody account label. Have you heard about this, Vera?
I can't say I'm particularly surprised because there are people that have like fake Phil Spencer accounts, and then they're like, "I'm closing Xbox," and everyone's like, "Oh my god, it's Phil Spencer!"
Right. I think that's actually a really nice little thing to have there. As somebody who has a parody account of me, somebody who just tries to paint me in the worst way possible, I think this is hilarious. And fuck you, it's great. It's so good to see.
Well, do we know if people have to self-market or if basically they get kind of like it's an option in reporting? So if like they get reported, but it's actually the parody. Like I think this is a parody account, and then it marks the account.
Yeah,
because you can't expect a lot of people running parody accounts to, kind of sign themselves up for this because the whole point of their existence is to troll people.
Yeah, I think that it's probably got to be. I would think it's going to be like a community note type of thing.
Yeah.
Right? For sure. That's funny. By the way, for the record, I do think that a lot of parody accounts are pretty freaking funny.
They are 100%.
So not bad, but I do think it's good to know that. Like this weekend over on Discord, there was somebody who was trying to like troll as me. They just add like an extra one where like a T is and stuff, and it's supposed to look. They use the exact same avatar and stuff. Whatever, it is what it is. But they get called out pretty quick. All right, you were Blabs. You were talking about all the Wicked promotion over the.
Yes, we were laughing at it.
Okay,
it's been a good run.
Why? Obviously, this movie's done very well. We knew it was going to do well. Has anybody seen Wicked?
No. Kongman did. He saw it on Tuesday. He gave us a quick little review about it, and he actually enjoyed it. So, TLDR, he went there to get pussy. He went with a woman, and he was like, women like this shit. So, but he actually enjoyed it himself a lot. He was like, it was really well made. Like, it was a fun musical. And he said it was pretty long. It's like almost 3 hours long, but he said time flew. So there it is. It's basically
like the
part
Wicked
one.
Witch of the West?
Hey.
Kind of. Haha.
Love that. Well, apparently Ariana Grande, and her name is Cynthia Erivo. I guess she's like the bald lady with the nose ring. There's a pair.
She ripped off her eyebrows. Isn't that wild?
Wait, she did what?
She doesn't have eyebrows. Haven't y'all noticed, Cynthia?
Yeah, but did she rip them off herself, or did
basically, you get them waxed and
you get them
tweezed
waxed
and everything. So they're basically. That's gotta hurt, bro.
Is her hair like? Did she do that to herself on purpose, or?
Yeah, she wants to do that to be narcissistic. She literally took off all the hair off her head. She took the eyebrows off her face. She got this big ass bull ring that you could just tie her to a post.
Okay. Okay. Well, apparently they're getting mocked pretty good. Found this video online, and I thought this is pretty damn funny here. This is apparently them doing their interviews here. Have you seen this, Vera?
I haven't, but I just can already tell.
All right,
it's gonna be good.
What we chose to do with the roles was something that I think that should be studied.
Yeah. Where are you from? Dayton, Ohio.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Dayton, Ohio.
Did I say something wrong? It has been an honor to stand by Cynthia during this hard time. I mean, her battling cancer.
Oh no, I'm just bold.
I'm sorry, I'm actually a little hungry.
Oh, she's hungry. This is okay. We'll come back. She knows everything. She even knows. She understands the Black experience. I don't think you understand. She's a chameleon. She's a shapeshifter. She knows more about being Black than I would say even I do.
Okay. You go potty. Okay, I love you. I love you.
Nobody in all of my.
Girl, you know I hate that.
It's so accurate because in the interviews and like the conversations that they had leading up to the release, they were like on top of each other. They were holding each other's pinkies and rubbing arms, and it's just so cringy. And I hate the word cringe, but it's real cringe.
It's a bit ironic considering Ariana's the one saying I'm hungry when there's like all those rumors going around that she's bulimic or anorexic or just loaded on drugs that make her that big. So yeah, ironic. But I do want to say I've seen a lot of interviews about them popping up on, let's say, like my Facebook newsfeed, where they're not behaving insane, where they're not like holding each other's hands and crying and everything. So there are normal interviews out there. I saw them talking about
but the ones that seem crazy always, of course, get pushed more, and then 100%. They go viral, and it doesn't matter what they're really saying in them.
Yeah, but the point is, like, there is still a lot of weird shit. They're weird. They're really weird. Not gonna lie.
Weird.
It's weird. It's weird. We need like Rachel Zegler to show up and go, it's weird.
It's weird. That'd be a great clip to have for the show, Blabs.
It would.
It would be. All right, we got an update, ladies, on Peanut the Squirrel. Everyone remember that from a couple weeks ago? Vera, do you remember Peanut the Squirrel?
I do. Depression, sadness, sorrows, and prayers.
Okay. For those who are just catching up, Peanut the Squirrel became a lightning rod of activity leading up to the 2024 election. And it was basically, the story was Peanut the Squirrel, a viral pet on Instagram that was owned by a company in New York. The state came in and needed to test Peanut the squirrel for rabies, and ultimately killed Peanut the squirrel. As the state decided to go in and take this and literally execute their pets. Well, we are finally seeing pushback as Peanut the squirrel's family is suing New York for executing viral pet. Right.
Hell
here.
yeah.
Let's stinking go. Justice for Peanut is right. Peanut the squirrel's family are reportedly getting ready to sue the state of New York for executing the viral pet. On October 30th, I talked about that. The New York Department of Environmental Conservation raided, I love that phrase, raided, Mark Longo's home to seize his TikTok famous squirrel, Peanut. A few days later, Longo posted a video on Instagram revealing the DEC euthanized Peanut, as well as another animal, a raccoon, known as Fred, to test them for rabies. On Wednesday, November 27th, the New York Post reported that Longo and Bittner, that is the owners, have started the process of filing a lawsuit against the state, claiming that the government may have lied about an agent being bitten by Peanut, which prompted the rabies test. It says, it is submitted that the notion that a DEC agent and or other respondents' agents was bitten by Peanut was false and or manufactured. Ooh, I can't imagine the government ever doing something that was not true. What? Are you kidding me?
Right, that's crazy.
What are we doing here? It's ridiculous. It is further submitted that even if an agent was in fact bitten, killing Peanut would still be unnecessary, unjustified, improper, and illegal. And is further submitted there is no claim that Fred the raccoon bit anyone, unless killing a Fred was unnecessarily unjustified, improper, and illegal. Look at Peanut the squirrel. Look at that freaking squirrel with a cowboy hat on.
And officials have reported that he didn't have rabies after all.
What?
Yeah. He did not have rabies after all.
Unreal.
I know.
So this is not the only squirrel making in the headlines in November. Kick streamer Captain Gee found himself in the hospital after approaching a, quote, friendly squirrel who bit him on the finger, drawing blood in the process. Oh, that's just a link to another story. Who cares? But, okay. Vera, we're sitting here, we're talking about this squirrel, and he will be immortalized in so many ways.
Yeah.
How much money do you think that they should sue for, first and foremost? Is this about making a statement, or is this about...
I think it's about making a statement, but I also think it's about, to be fair, growing their social following, because Peanut already had a following, and now he's, I'm sure, got an even bigger following, his family. I don't know, like, through their social blade, how much their socials have grown, but I'm sure with the coverage, it's been crazy.
Well, Blabs, you ever had an animal executed that you didn't execute?
What?
Well, Blabs, you worked on a farm. Surely you've had to kill an animal.
Yeah, I mean, Blabs, how many animals have you killed before?
Couple.
Did you get any joy out of it?
No. Well, I mean, I was doing a pellet gun thing on a bunch of squirrels because they were getting to the feed and it was like causing like a shit ton of money loss. Obviously, because they are ruining all the feed and eating it. So I did have to go in after some squirrels with a pellet gun. That was not the best thing, especially because I killed them slowly. I didn't like that.
Yeah,
I didn't like that.
I can't be associated with you anymore for doing that. I
didn't like that. The point is to get them, one-shot them, right? You don't want to make them suffer. But this one, I nicked him, and so he was running away bleeding. I was like, ah, shit. Yeah.
So you pumped your gun a few more times. When you say the pellet gun, you mean like a Red Ryder BB gun?
Yeah.
I'm just imagining this squirrel like limping off, looking back. No! And Blabs over here pumping her gun up. You come back.
Yeah, I was on an ATV actually, so.
Oh no! I'm imagining you straight up Call of Duty, like jumping and going prone with your gun, trying to like.
Yeah, listen. After work, the guys would give me all their guns to play with because I lived on that ranch while everyone else went home. So I went to like the dumpster area where there was like boxes and things, and I would just do target practice. But like there was this lizard on a box that I didn't see from far away, And this guy was like skirting my bullets. It's a miracle this little lizard survived. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't know you were there. So yeah. I'm
imagining a remake of Doom or something along those lines where you play as Blabs and all you do is kill squirrels. Like a reskin version of that.
I had to kill a couple squirrels. The biggest thing I've ever like executed was a pig because she had broken her hip. Yeah. And she was absolutely miserable. So it was just a shotgun.
Oh, geez. You think you do something a little more, I don't know, less messy.
It wasn't messy. It really wasn't.
Craig is saying, like, what?
A shotgun to the head is always messy.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't a shotgun. I'm not a big gun person.
Jesus.
But yeah, it was a big gun. They were like, all right, better go get this. And they gave it to me and they're like, here you go. And I was like, okay.
Did it, like, with its poor little broken hip, that pig, did it look up at you and go?
Okay, first of all, it's never a joy. And this pig was absolutely miserable. So I wanted to get out of its life.
Blabs!
Can you not? Why are you making this like some type of glorified thing? I was helping an animal out of its misery.
Yeah. That's what they all say, Blabs.
Listen, I cried over a chicken. A baby chick, okay? So I was in school and we had to call this baby chick because it was dying. And so like what you have to do with the baby chicks, right, is you just take their head off. You break their neck and
not for
I
me.
couldn't really do it. I couldn't do it. And so my best friend, he's a chicken farmer, so obviously he can just do it with like his 2 fingers, because he's been doing it since he's a good kid. And I was basically crying, I'm like, I can't do it. And so he's like, he took it, he was like, Dunk! And then to make sure it was extra dead, they put it in like the freezer. It was like, you're gonna die now. So yeah, I have stories.
Torture.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan. I was like, oh my God. Anyway.
I'm imagining in our game where you're Blabs and you're fighting off these squirrels. The level 1 boss is a pig with a broken hip. You also fight baby chicks along the way.
Along the way.
I mean, it happens. Don't try
I've
to
also like
turn
listen,
this on
I've
me.
also seen like the weirdest things where I just see like a random pig head in the field because either it got attacked by like a wild animal, like a bear or something, or because fun fact, pigs are cannibalistic, so they'd eat each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember being on the phone, like finding a random pig head and cutting its ear tag off to report it, saying like this was the ear number and everything, the ear tag. And like my boss is calling me, like, what do you want? And everything, because I'm like, I'm working. Yeah, it was fun.
Farming is brutal. That's for sure.
Well, thank you for sharing that.
I have
Blabs.
lots of stories. It's fine.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Jesus. All right. Well, I'm glad we established it. Hey, do me a favor, guys. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button for more stories about Blabs.
Blabs, no one's
animals.
ever going to view you the same again. You just killed your online reputation.
For what? For telling it how it is?
Murderer Blabs.
For telling it how it is? It ain't soft. Everyone's like, the weirdest thing to me is how like people just randomly think that chickens appear at the grocery store. It's like,
oh yeah, no, that's not the way that it works.
So yeah.
Okay.
I'm very much on Temple Grandin side of story. Okay, guys. Shout out Temple. If you guys know, you know.
All right. Also, do us a favor, hit the thumbs up button. We're also getting to every single one of your super chats and direct donations, including Armis, who came in with the 10, says, "Great to have you back, Craig. Blabs, you're a blast. Only good thing about the awful games like DATV this year is I found Vera's channel, Dragon Age: The Veilguard. Yeah. Much love from Puerto Rico. Armis, thank you very much. Appreciate that. It's great to hear. Really appreciate that. Philip says, happy to finally catch a live show. Long live normal men. Let's go, Philip. Appreciate that. Glad you're here. All right. Cryptic says, the butcher of Blab's dad. There you go. Oh my God. Warbreaker says, I'm trying to buy a 4070 Ti. Every single manufacturer is giving you Indiana Jones with it, which was designed for the modern audience. I will wait.
I think the Indiana Jones game is actually going to do pretty good, and they're going to boast about it simply because it is on Game Pass day one. So that will pump up those numbers a lot.
Right. All right. Well, speaking of industry, folks, let's move our way over to video games, as we actually have somebody who is leaving the video game industry. after 31 years with PlayStation. Now, I'm going to show you this gentleman's face, and you may recognize him immediately. I can't even say his full name. How do you, Farrah, do you know how to say his name? Shuhei Yoshida? I know, obviously,
yes.
I know Yoshida.
Yes.
But, well, Yoshida
I'd say
is
that's pretty close.
Yeah. I've always just said Yoshida. I don't even know Shuhei. Shuhei? Shuhei Yoshida, 31 years of PlayStation. He is moving on. Now, when I saw this guy, I immediately thought of the most brilliant marketing I think I've ever seen done so quickly back in the day, 11 years ago. Vera, I don't even know if you were around at this time, but back at, I guess this would be E3 2013, there was a big push for the Xbox and the new Xbox with Xbox One of how you're going to be sharing your games with the Xbox. In particular, you pretty much you couldn't share your games, and all the games are going to be locked to your console. And they shared that, and then like within an hour, the PlayStation was going to have their presentation, and they opened with this instructional video: official PlayStation used game instructional video.
This is how you share your games on PS4. Thanks.
Yeah. It's very iconic. Yep.
It's awesome.
It really is.
I remember when they came out with that, I was like, what? That is brilliant. And it's so quick and so fast. And they shot it in 2 seconds, put it together. And having the PlayStation at the end is just wonderful. So what a great burn. Well, either way, he is leaving after 31 years. Tough to see you go, my friend. He says, well, pretty much all good things have to come to an end. So he did a PlayStation blog podcast here and just got an interview and talked about things. And it's just time to go. So not rest in peace, but well, see you later, I guess. So
yeah, I mean, he was with them for obviously a very long time, and he was there when they greenlit a lot of good projects and made a lot of good decisions, and also when they made a lot of bad decisions over the past couple of years. So, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, at least he's, making this decision himself, and we're not saying goodbye because something tragic happened to him, which unfortunately is the case a lot of the times.
Yes, and 31 years. I mean, they just had their 30th anniversary last year, so he's been there since the start. So
yes, he's been there since the original concept.
Mm-hmm. So, hell, man, you don't see that very often. Do not see that very often where people have been there. I mean, I think of obviously Shigeru Miyamoto maybe as one of those guys who's still with the company that he's been with since the advent of the NES. But I mean, that's really, really cool to see, and these are like titans in the industry that have established gaming into its great periods, and obviously now we're going through this little downturn, but it's interesting for sure. So.
Yeah, and I know that last year he also won a BAFTA, so he's gotten some awards in his career, which is great.
Good for him. Good for him. All right, we got this story. You guys were talking about Star Wars Outlaws earlier, and how the game on Steam has not done super well. I saw earlier that it had about 1,600 players today. This morning, as we were looking at it, or as it currently stands over there are 1,683 players playing Star Wars Outlaws.
Crazy.
Which, not doing so well. With it peaking out less than 2,500. So, Star Wars Outlaws not the big savior that Ubisoft was hoping over on Steam, which I think anybody with half a brain could have told you that was going to happen. But we also have this story from IGN as Microsoft has confirmed Windows 11 update kills Star Wars Outlaws, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and other Ubisoft games. Now, Blabs, you saw this story. Can you lead us through this one real quick?
Right, so it basically is just like some type of update for Windows 11 messes with all these games. And that's basically it. They just receive a black screen. That's the TLDR. It's just a quick hit.
So is there a way to save this at all?
It says they're gonna give you like an update.
Oh, okay, so there's gonna be another update coming down.
Yeah, so Ubisoft released an update for these issues, but Microsoft notes players may still experience the issues. No timeline was given for when the issue will be fixed proper. So you play this game, you buy it, but you can't actually play it.
Yeah, spend your money on a game that you can't play for who knows how long.
Yeah, shout out Windows 11. They've been doing fantastic job. Not really. It's garbage.
Fantastic. Well, speaking of Ubisoft games, this was an interesting story from Insider Gaming, as apparently this is kind of shocking, but also I don't know if I should expect this. Half of Assassin's Creed Shadow devs have never built a game before.
That's terrible.
Yep.
So, yikes. I'll just read the story as it is. We've witnessed a lot of turmoil surrounding the development of Assassin's Creed Shadows. This is something that we've talked about extensively on the show, Vera. I know you've talked about for sure. It says, while it's common practice to bring in new talent regularly and keep the old timers on their toes, it would seem much more the team behind Shadows is completely green behind the ears. In an experience at the External Development Summit 2024, Assassin's Creed executive producer said, one of the things that I've noticed since the pandemic is that we have a lot of juniors on our team. Probably half of the team building Assassin's Creed is building a game for the first time. That's half of the team building a AAA game for the first time.
Yeah, that's bad.
I feel like that may be part of the problem.
Yeah.
Just throwing it out there.
You know, I had actually covered this last week because it was a story then. I can't say I'm particularly shocked because companies like Ubisoft want to be able to hire people that they can control. It happened, we also saw it with Lord of the Rings and Rings of Power. Peter Jackson wanted to return, but they knew that, first of all, he would cost a lot of money, and second of all, he would say what he wanted and what he wanted to be in the piece of content. And when you have people that are established, you have people that know what they're doing, they tell you as a higher up at a company, no, this is the direction we need to go, but they want to hire people that they can ultimately manipulate because these people go, I'm so thankful that you've hired me for this job, so they're cheaper and they're more easily manipulated. We see it also with Disney and Marvel, with all of the directors like Nia DaCosta, for example. They're not hiring established people because they want to be able to control them and they're cheaper.
Man, 50%. When you're talking about I always go back to, if you're developing something for the first time, that's like going bring it back to sports.
Yeah.
That's like going from being somebody who plays high school baseball and going directly into the Major League Baseball, or never having, I guess in this case, never even swung a bat.
Right.
Like baseball looks fun, and then you get thrust into the major leagues.
Yeah.
How does that work out?
Yeah, I mean, I like people being given a chance because there are some people who are instantly ready to make it to the big leagues, but they're few and far between. And when you have a franchise the size of Assassin's Creed, for example, you cannot be hiring juniors. You cannot have a team comprised at least of half of that team being juniors. That is insanity, in my opinion.
I think that really speaks to kind of what you're getting as far as the quality of the game.
Right.
You're going to rely too heavily on your leads, your senior positions, and ultimately you're more or less babysitting all these children, these first timers.
Yeah, and I don't know if the article says it, but when I had covered it last week, there was another portion of it where he basically said that the team has created something that is unrecognizable to the franchise, that they've created basically a pile of slop, which is hilarious.
Right. I think, yeah, I did see that as well. The idea that they're like, this doesn't look like anything that we've ever done before. And it's like, okay, great. Then you probably shouldn't call it Assassin's Creed.
Right.
But all right, well, that's interesting to say the least. And I think when the game is released, February 15th, 14th,
Valentine's
thank
Day.
you. February, yes, I'm sure everyone will
definitely be playing that for Valentine's Day.
That's right.
And only a couple of days later, we get Avowed, another really great game, I'm sure.
Yes. So I'm getting caught up on the Avowed thing as well from Obsidian. So let's actually move on and talk about that. Catch me up on this, because this whole Avowed thing, apparently the art director from the game had some crazy racist rants or something. What was going on with this?
Yes, so he basically got triggered because people are talking about an image that's going around that shows a character sheet and it's got pronouns on it. It says he/him. So people are questioning, what else is this game going to feature? Because ultimately, if you have he/him, one could assume you have she/her, but if you don't just have male and female genders at the beginning of the game, that means there's going to be a they/them. And people like Elon Musk are talking about this, saying it is ridiculous and we do not need pronouns in games. And so you have this art director freaking out over that. And there are posts of his where he basically says he wants to push white guys out of the industry. Of course, racism is okay when they're doing it, but it's not okay when anybody else is doing it. Obviously, racism is never okay, but he's saying it's okay because it's against white people, and he happens to be a white guy, so it's basically self-hatred.
Ah, okay. So, which is incredibly racist. Just the idea that you're saying, hey, I will look at you. I will look at, as long as you're not white, I will look at you. Like, that seems crazy. You know, I was having a conversation actually with my uncle yesterday about this, and I was talking about the show, and I said, look, the fact that we can fill 2 hours a day talking about this insanity is really nuts. It's
bonkers.
Every day somebody's saying something stupid. And I was explaining this to actually my wife as well. I kind of got the high level of this and talking about how, somebody, they're saying we won't hire you because you're white or whatever. And I was explaining the DEI side of it, and she was shocked. She's like, "That's incredibly racist." I was like, "Yeah, I know. This happens all the time." She's like, "And people just get away with it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, they get away with it." But apparently, they may not be getting away with it for much longer. As we're going over to X, as Chris Avellone, I believe his name is. Chris Avellone. All right, now, what do you know about Chris Avellone, Vera?
Oh, he's so iconic in the industry. I mean, he's a video game designer, comic book writer, Knights of the Old Republic 2, Fallout, Planescape Torment, absolutely insane guy, very, very great at what he does. And obviously, a couple of years ago, he was caught up in the video game Me Too movement, and he had a lot of accusations levied towards him, but all of those accusations were retracted. But he has decided over, the past couple of months to become very vocal on his thoughts on the state of the industry. I've talked to him, and, again, he's a really great guy, but he has definitely become very vocal over the past couple of months, especially with this situation.
Well, you're right, because he has come out and talking about about everything that's happened with this art director. He said, based on recent news, if you're rejected from an art position at Obsidian in the past few years, call a lawyer. Discrimination in hiring, especially for a Microsoft studio, can ensure you don't need to apply for a job ever again. Ensuing that you could potentially, do pretty well for a lawsuit. It says, and it shouldn't cost you a cent to initiate legal action. The lawyers will know what the case is worth, and they'll do the heavy lifting. This has nothing to do with my personal politics, but I believe strongly that hiring discrimination for any reason isn't something the industry should tolerate. I hope you agree.
100%.
Yeah, it's almost like that's the way it should be. And how the industry has strayed, and many industries have strayed over the last few years.
Yeah.
Do you think that anybody's going to actually follow through with this, though?
It's hard to say. I don't necessarily know, but I do think that it's at least good he is speaking out about the issues, and a lot of other people are paying attention to these issues now.
What's interesting here is some of the response here is this gentleman here, John Drazy, says, I was actually rejected from an art position at Obsidian. Thanks for the advice. John Drazy, game designer using Unity, Houdini. There you go. Frame rate is king right there. So if John was rejected, Chris says, let me know how it goes without violating attorney-client privilege. Maybe John Drazy is the guy who brings this whole house of cards down. That'd be pretty fascinating to see.
It's very hard to prove, though, that you were, not hired based on this when they can just be like, oh no, you just didn't meet the requirements or you didn't have the skills or whatever. It's gonna be super hard to prove this.
But the thing is that all of these people at these companies love to come out and spew their racism, like we were talking about at the beginning of this segment. So while, yes, he is not hiring, he's the art director, it still shows a pattern at the company that could be used against them.
I would be fascinated to see, number one, if this goes to court. Number two, if the guy doesn't settle out of court, and if somebody like this, I don't know, gets some sort of backing, because you're fighting against a, multi-billion-dollar company in Microsoft, and they have all the resources in the world. But I do think that if you were able to bring a decent case and actually prove, as you said, Blabs, that's like the hardest part about this, is proving that you were rejected because of an ethnicity. I told the story on the show before about how I was told that I wasn't hired because I was white, like literally straight up in an email form, and I don't know. People are like, you should pursue that. And I wonder if like the statute of limitation was up on that or whatever, but that was back in 2020. But you wonder if that's something to actually, the guy could make some good money on. So who knows? Yeah. Who knows? Or at least, continue his career with some sort of nest egg. So that got me thinking though, like, man, maybe I should open up that email thread and maybe bring it to a lawyer, because I remember actually bringing that to a lawyer shortly after it happened, and obviously the climate of things was a lot different in 2020 than it is right now, and I remember him being like, "Yeah, I ain't touching this. I ain't touching this because nobody in today's climate is going to even take this seriously because you are white." That's literally what this white guy told me. He's like, you are white, and they will not take this seriously because you are white, even though it very clearly says they're not hiring you because you are white. So yeah, well, good on this guy and Chris for calling it out right there. Hopefully something good, and by good I mean a lawsuit, does come from that. So
right.
All right, we have, this is just amazing. I've not heard of this game before. It's the first time I've seen this. But have you heard of the game Light of Motorium before, Vera?
I've heard of it over the past couple of days, but never before.
This is amazing. There's a side-by-side of Sony's Horizon and Tencent's new game Light of Motorium. And it's almost shocking how similar they are. It's like I don't even know which one's which, if I'm being totally honest with you. I mean, I do, I can tell you, but holy shit, Vera.
I know that you just said it's amazing. I don't think it's amazing though, because I feel like it is straight up theft. I understand that, the Aloy character looks slightly different. It's kind of like that meme online of her with kind of the face tune and her with all the makeup on. It is kind of following that meme, but I think that they've crossed into dangerous territory, and there is no shot that they do not face repercussions over this.
Do you feel that I think that you're dealing with a Chinese company with Tencent.
Right. And a lot of Chinese companies do end up doing this. Like, this is not a brand new situation. But it actually makes me wonder what could happen, because there was the rumor last week, or the report, I should say, that Sony is looking to acquire Kadokawa. And if they are to do that, they will have direct deals with Tencent, because Tencent is making an Elden Ring mobile game. So Sony and Tencent will kind of have this furthered partnership. So maybe nothing would come of this because it's Tencent versus Sony, and Sony does kind of need Tencent on their side to a certain extent. But it's straight up theft here, judging by all these designs.
To be clear, when I said it was awesome or amazing, it was more like, holy shit, I can't believe they're actually putting this out there.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like this is the first time that it's happened, but I don't I don't know, because I, on one hand, don't think that Sony would go after Tencent because Tencent is such a behemoth. But I mean, this really is basically, I need to copy your homework. Just make it very slightly different.
It's awesome. I mean, it really is. Everything from like the Snow Peak Mountains to the green grass.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so carbon copy. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
wow.
if Sony went after them, they'd basically be going after the CCP. So I don't think that they really would go after them. But they could. I think they'd have a clear case here.
Well, you mentioned Sony potentially buying Kadokawa, and this story came out this morning. It says Sony may find it hard to buy all of From Software from parent company Kadokawa, Financial Reports claims. Did you see this story this morning?
I have not seen this, but
okay, cool. Well, let's check it out. It says as Sony pursues pursuit of Kadokawa rumbles on, financial experts have said the PlayStation maker may find it hard to buy the entirety of From Software's parent company. There is a report that says Sony may be put off by the deal due to the cost of having to acquire all of Kadokawa rather than parts of it it's actually interested in. Kadokawa is reportedly only interested in doing a deal with Sony if it buys the entire company. Sony, however, is reportedly only interested in extracting assets related to anime and video games, which presumably include the developer of Elden Ring. Buying all of Kadokawa would cost 640 billion yen, or approximately $4.3 billion, according to experts' estimates. Sony's cash for buyouts is apparently tight at the moment due to investment made elsewhere. As a point of comparison, Sony bought Destiny developer Bungie for $3.7 billion in 2022, and the studio has since suffered multiple rounds of layoffs and project cancellations. So the idea being that, well, Sony only wants portions of the company; they don't want the whole damn thing. So they're not, they don't want to spend $4 billion on just buying parts of different of the company that they're actually interested in. Do you think that buying a company for $4 billion, specifically like From Software, do you think that they could see a return of investment on that?
Yes. So Sony's market cap is about 125 billion. So 4 billion really isn't that much for them. As we've seen, they're willing to kind of shovel out money, especially over the past couple of years with acquisitions. I do think that they want to further their anime monopoly. That truly is what I believe is what they are primarily interested in. But if they were to buy Kadokawa in totality, I do think that they would make a lot of money. Look at Elden Ring, for example, and the, 20 plus million copies that one game sold. And if they were to, I know we meme about it a lot, like make a Bloodborne 2, for example, they would also make billions and billions of dollars. So yes, I do think that this could be beneficial for them, though I understand that they don't want the company in totality, though I think that they will go ahead with it and continue to try to acquire Kadokawa.
$4 billion. $4 billion. There we go. 4.3 billion. Let's get to another quick hit here. Do you remember the show Secret Level? That's supposedly, it's okay. So this is a show that has Arnold Schwarzenegger in it, Kevin Hart, Keanu Reeves. Oh, by the way, I'm looking at this via Wikipedia. So this is the show that infamously was going to feature the Sony game Concord, which was obviously shelved after 10 days. We talked about that extensively. But it
I forgot to tell you the Concord trailer was released for
this
over the week. Yeah.
It was.
Oh, good. Well, I have not seen that, so I can't wait to see that. But it has voices of Arnold Schwarzenegger, Kevin Hart, Keanu Reeves. There's lots of folks in this. And it was ordered, and it's going to have a bunch of, has Armored Core, Concord, God of War, all these different things in here. So we'll see. But they just dropped a trailer for Mega Man in this. And I'm always intrigued to see how these games look when it comes to, TV show or any sort of adaptation outside of video games. Have you had a chance to see this, Vera?
Yes.
Oh, you have seen this. Okay. All right. Let's check this out.
Doesn't matter what I made you for. This is what you were meant for.
Rock!
Okay. Interesting. Going with the realistic look when it comes to, I guess, as realistic as this like animated look can be. That's Dr. Light for sure. Vera, what were your thoughts on seeing this?
I think that it visually looks good, but I also feel like when I see an image like that, I'm like, oh, that's AI.
Yeah,
You know?
totally AI.
It just, it has that general AI feel, but I think in totality, it does look pretty good.
So this show, I hadn't heard it described this way. Here at the end of it, it says groundbreaking stories inspired by your favorite games.
Concord's my favorite game.
I love it. I love it. So we see, okay, just a quick glance here. You have Pac-Man over here.
Mm-hmm.
Is this supposed? Nah, that's not Kratos. There's no way that's Kratos. No. Okay. Just looking through here. You get Tekken over here. Okay. I don't know. I mean, I look at this list of Spelunky of all. Spelunky's getting something. That's nice. There's an entire PlayStation one, I guess. Okay, sounds good. Pac-Man, Mega Man. The fact that Mega Man is actually included in this is kind of shocking, if I'm being honest with you. I didn't think Mega Man was that strong of a brand in 2024 to be featured in a series like this.
Well, to be fair, I don't even really think that like New World is either. But of course, because it's Amazon, they want to promote their own game, which makes sense.
Unreal Tournament, for sure. Concord's going to be amazing. I can't wait to see where that goes.
I can't wait for the Armored Core one. Whew.
Oh, that's going to be good. Well, it's releasing December 10th. So that is coming up in just about a week and a half. So I'm sure we'll do some live reactions to that. Maybe a watch along or two, as they're released 2 every single week. So interesting. So yeah. All right, let's keep moving on. Hey, have you heard about? This is so video games in 2024.
Oh no. That means it's going to be a Sweet Baby. It's going to be, or it could be Concord. It could be Veilguard, or it could be. Ding. Oh, I got it in there 3. Huzzah.
Yes. All right. Now, this doesn't have to do with the game itself, but it does have to do with the community surrounding the game. As thanks to our friends over at Fandom Pulse, John Trent delivering us this news here, as Dragon Age the Veilguard Facebook group has banned laughing. You will not find joy at all in our Facebook group. Nearly 13,000 members strong Facebook group, Dragon Age the Veilguard Facebook group, bans members from reacting to posts with laugh reactions, as can now be seen in the group's rules. It states laugh reacts banned. It explains laugh reacts will get you banned. We're not going to tolerate anyone laugh reacting to a personal post of someone when it's not meant to be funny. You're only laugh reacting because you're making fun of them and being a bigot.
Of little fucking snowflakes.
Oh my god. Furthermore, the group also bans hate speech or bullying. It explains, make sure that everyone feels safe. There's the issue right there.
I don't feel safe with them calling me a bigot for laugh reacting. I want them banned.
Wow. Blabs, do you feel safe right now?
Yeah, but the thing is, I've actually been doing some digging on this. So I want to point out there's actually a bunch of Dragon Age Veilguard Facebook posts that exist, but I found this specific one.
Okay, what do you
And
got?
obviously I can't pull this up because doxing, but there are 12.9k members.
This is it, yes?
Yes. And it's true. It does have it. Number 5, rule number 5 is laugh reacts banned. And you can see that there's 2 admins in this group. Now, one of them seems to have like the real name, but another one is a fake name called Ezra Wren.
Ezra Wren.
Does anybody understand that?
No.
Ezra Wren?
What is it?
Star Wars.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say Ezra Bridger.
It's Ezra Wren,
Yeah.
Sabine Wren, and Ezra Bridger. This is some Disney Star Wars Jill who made this
Oh
group.
my god, they're fanfics.
To make it further, I swear that there's some account that goes by Ezra Wren on Twitter, but the problem is I can't really find which one it is because, you know, lots of people have that name. But yeah, so this is all like circling back. You understand where I'm going with this? Like, there's just the mindset of these people. So, yeah.
Of course. And speaking of Ezra Wren, this over here says, please remember that using laugh reactions on poster comments that are not intended to be funny will lead to removal from this group as we aim to maintain a positive atmosphere. Hey, what's the 2 word? Toxic positivity. That's what it is. Toxic positivity. If your intention is to troll, promote negativity, or use reaction emojis as a weapon. What?
Bro.
It's like Pepe the Frog.
Oh,
that's
my
it.
God.
That's a weapon.
I got one up. I found this person's real Facebook profile, and I'm not going to put it up, obviously. Their description, non-binary, they, them.
Ding, ding, ding. Oh, my God.
I've been doing some detective work here.
Oh, my God. Unbelievable. Wow. Well, wouldn't you know it? Well, we cannot guarantee that you'll be allowed to stay. Feel free to laugh to react. This too. So we can weed some of you out now. There we go. You can see people laughing down below. They're just laughing. Oh my God. These people, man. These freaking, they're all broken. And it's amazing. It is absolutely amazing to see how broken these people are. You know, I was talking to, Thanksgiving, you get your family around. I was talking to my nieces, and my niece who was in high school she said 1 out of 7 people in their high school is some sort of has some sort of ailment, some sort of issue. They think they're a boy when they're a girl, or a girl when they're a boy. They dress like a furry. They dress, they do something that is not would be considered, I don't know, quote unquote normal, right? That would be a normal part of society. And I was like, 1 out of 7, 1 out of 7. Holy shit, that is crazy.
That's insane.
Wow.
But the fact that emojis are the weapon now.
Yeah.
Can I just say what a huge change it is, right? So I graduated high school in 2014. So I'm one of the youngsters. And in a span of 10 years, this drastic change. It's like, man. Yeah, sure, there was the gay guy or the lesbian. And there was one guy who went to go by the name Kate after high school. And this person actually became trans. But that one is a very slim thing back in the day. And I gotta point out that this person was very, very nice and never in your face or anything, right? The exception, just wanted to be left alone. Yeah. So it's wild that in 10 years this has all changed. Insane.
Yeah.
And it's totally not a social thing. Don't let anybody ever tell you it's a social thing. It's not a social thing.
No.
It's not.
No.
I feel like social media has empowered younger individuals. So you, of course, have 15-year-olds and 16-year-olds who want to rebel, right? They finally are finding their freedom. They're realizing they're an adult. They're getting close to being done with high school, and they want to express themselves. But people on social media are kind of empowering them and encouraging them to go, you need to find your new identity because you might have been lied to your whole life. And it makes them question everything. It's just mental illness.
Well, and now you can find them all in the Dragon Age Veilguard Facebook group.
Wow. There's tons of Facebook groups too. I saw that there was one Facebook group of Dragon Age Veilguard that was Dragon Age Veilguard LGBTQ, but there was 9 people in this group, so that was funny.
Good for them. Hey, we found it. We found them. The modern audience.
Yeah.
We found them. There they are.
There's 9 of them or whatever.
We got them. We found them all. That's great. That's wonderful. Hey, speaking of mental illness, let's talk about David Jaffe for a minute. Sorry for that transition, but not sorry at all. Now, I am blocked.
Did you use the word transition on purpose just then?
Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't, Blabs. I'm a professional podcaster. Just throwing it out there. I am blocked by David Jaffe. I'm blocked. He's been on our show But there was a clip that got passed around to me calling him a bad parent. I stand by that statement. I think that anybody who stands by their kid saying that they're whatever, okay, it is what it is. You didn't fight for your kid. With that said, this is amazing. Let's go back over to Fandom Pulse over there. Thanks, John, for this great article. It says, God of War director David Jaffe blames YouTube grifters for killing Dragon Age the Veilguard and compares transgenderism to being black.
Wait, what?
It's amazing.
Wait, that's
David Jaffe for you.
A white man says that transgenderism, which can happen to any person or any race of any creed, is just affiliated to black people? Is he speaking for black people? That's weird.
So I want to pull up this clip, and we're going to watch the first minute or so of it, about a minute and 20 seconds to where it gets to this comparison, and it's like, really? Like, you're really throwing this out there? So let's see where this goes.
When you say that the gaming community ruined this game's success, I mean, I don't think that's entirely fair, but I think there is a lot of truth to it. If you're EA, you've got to kind of prepare for the market winds that you're sailing into and all that. And so they should have been prepared to counter, and they weren't. Really, at this point, all that gaming community that you're talking about has done is they've made it so they've actually made games worse, which is what they say they're trying to not do. But
Vera, did you know you've made games worse?
I do apparently know that I've made games worse simply for having my own opinion in live streaming video games, which is exactly what he's doing.
What? Stop that. It's ridiculous. But yes, you're making, and we're making games worse.
We're all shit together.
Right.
That's right. We're just doing our best to make games worse, which is fine.
But people like him are making games better, surely.
That's right. That's right. Why do you need to make games great again when you have colossal failures over and over and over again?
Right.
It's
we
crazy.
love Concord.
Bitch. All right, let's continue here.
Because they have the charismatic grifters that make the videos that for whatever reason people respond to.
Allow me to respond to that here, David. Horrible parent Jaffe. The reason why people respond to it is because we're honest about it, and people like honesty and authenticity. And you, friend, are the one who is incredibly out of touch with everything that's happening with the customer, whereas people like Vera, people like us, have a pulse on the people who are actually buying these games, or in many of these cases, not buying these games. Why are they not buying these games? Because they're being exposed for pushing the things that these normal people, these normal men, don't want in their games. It's very simple. It's not hard at all. Vera, do you have anything to add to that?
Not really, no.
Okay. Let us continue.
People who haven't actually played this game will hate it just because they're sort of told to hate it. And so what does EA do next time? They don't make...
Wait.
Yeah, what happens when content creators like me, right? I streamed a whole playthrough of Veilguard. I formed my own genuine opinion on it. What about us? Am I still a grifter when I played it and have an opinion on it? He's out of his mind.
So hold on. They're forming an opinion based off what they're told. So almost it's like if people bought a game without playing it because they were told it was good. Should the marketers of this game be criticized, or it's the exact same thing? It's two sides of the same coin here. Yeah. It's the exact same thing, and that's what's most amazing about this comparison. Let's continue.
Stellar Blade, they just continue to sort of, vanilla the fuck out of everything they work on and make sure that no one's going to have anything to complain about. They straight up ask you if you want transgender game options 1 hour in. You select yes or no. So all the people bitching invited it into their game. I don't even know what it asks, but this character apparently is the Barv trans character, and so far there's nothing. Not that needs to be. I mean, to me, that's the equivalent of saying, "Do you want black people? Do you want black people in your game? We have a button that'll get the blacks out."
Holy fuck.
that like what happened with Rings of Power then? Because in 2001 they're gone. He's got that button, guys.
Nobody asked for any button like that, David.
Holy shit.
You know what's the most amazing thing about this is that he went into this video and he edited this down. And he feels like, got him. And like he thought this was such a profound point here. I just want to replay this one more time.
Not that needs to be. I mean, to me, that's the equivalent of saying, do you want black people? Do you want black people in your game? We have a button that'll get the blacks out.
We have.
Yikes. He just doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. He's just yapping.
Oh, we have a button that will keep the blacks out. Like, wow. Those words came out of his mouth. That's amazing. Oh my gosh, wow. David Jaffe. You're
David Jaffe does not like me. He made a video about me a few months ago because it was when the Trump assassination had happened, and there were a lot of people on social media that were joking about it. Like Alyssa Mercante was making the stormtrooper jokes, and he basically had said that he thought it was suspicious and it might have been staged. And I said, that's not fucking cool. Why would you ever post that on social media? Like, why would you ever, why would your brain instantly go to that? And then he whipped out a book about the WWE and Vince McMahon and said, oh, there's a lot of information about Trump in here and how he's good at understanding an audience and entertaining a crowd. But that's literally anyone in life, right? When you go to a job interview, you're trying to convince someone to hire you. When you're trying to get a loan or you're like in the real world debating someone, you're trying to convince them of your stance or your qualities of trustworthiness. And he basically called me a grifter, and he told me to go fuck myself because he said that he's smarter than me and he knows more about politics and Trump because he's older than me.
Oh, that's good. Well, by that logic, I think wouldn't Trump know more about politics than him because Trump's older than him?
Right. There we go.
Sounds like pretty sound logic to me. Well, he received, I saw this as I was kind of getting caught up on all this insanity. And, I mentioned I was blocked. Grums is also blocked.
I'm not blocked yet.
Yet.
I'm not. And he made a full dedicated video on me. And funny enough, that was the day I hit 100K.
Oh,
so it is what it is, David.
Love that. Thanks, Davey.
Well, I'm not either, but he probably doesn't even know who I am. So that's okay.
Oh, I'm sure he does. Well, he said, did YouTube's kill Dragon Age? I think so. He said, well, let's discuss. So I actually pulled up this video because he actually had a back and forth with Savvy here, going back and forth talking about this, but that's neither here nor there. I wanted to kind of pull up the video itself to kind of talk about. He talks about the bad writing and the bad marketing associated with the game and how YouTubers caused it to fail. But the last minute of here is what I really want to key in on. And so let's just go play the last minute and how he really feels about you.
But yeah, the stuff I was talking about specifically in that video were the people who were going off about the LGBT stuff. And, again, you have a right. I don't agree with it. I think it's short-sighted. I think it's ignorant when you think there's some kind of, let's just say that you and I, if you are one of those people, we don't agree on the motivations behind why you are seeing more progressive ideas in your media. A lot of people are into this whole conspiracy thing, and I'm just like, that's not what's happening, in my opinion. But yeah, you have a right not to like it. But if you're gonna be cruel about it online and talk about how mean or be mean, talk about mean things about the trans community or the LGBT community, and you can't really back it up, you're just kind of like, I don't want that in my game. Yeah, I think you're a fucking idiot. And I don't like you. And you don't like me, and that's okay. We don't have to like each other. Hey, man, at least you're passionate. That's something. More than a lot of people can say. But no, I do not like your view on this issue, and I do not like the way you handle it.
Why? Why does he not like our view of not wanting the stuff in the games?
Because it's not his view. Because
and why
it's
is it not his
opinion. He wants everybody to agree with him, which is fine. He's like he said in the video, he's allowed to have his own opinion, but he talks about how toxic gamers are and how bigoted gamers are and how awful we are. Yeah, well, you're a pretty awful person too when you tell someone to go fuck themselves just because they have an opinion that's different from yours. Like, you're a piece of shit, but yet you're calling other people a piece of shit. Doesn't really work, in my opinion. You're not like the arbiter of, honesty and morality over there, David.
Well, one other big reason why he may not agree with this is that he has a trans kid.
Right.
And that's, I think that's, obviously a big part in his ideology, because when you let your kid do things like that to themselves, you are in the Titanic and you're going to go down with that ship, whether you like it or not. So you can't get out. Can't get out. Even if you want to take the lifeboat, you can't get out. So, and once again, it's just a matter of like, why the idea that an hour into the game, that should not be looked past. He's, well, an hour into the game, you have an option to have the transgender. Why? Why is that an option? It shouldn't be an option at all in the game.
And he's not even being fully truthful, because while, yes, you pick your identity like an hour into the game, there are other characters like Tosh, for example, who constantly talk about how they don't identify with being a female and that they are non-binary. So even if, yes, you do not choose that identity for your character, there are other characters in the game which are spewing the same talking points that you cannot ignore.
I think everything you need to know about David Jaffe's stance goes back to David Jaffe as a parent and what he's allowed his child to do. And like I said, I never like to criticize other parents, right? But I will be critical of this because you have gone out of your way to pigeonhole yourself and your ideology, and ultimately that is what's seeping into these other forms of entertainment that we're seeing in whether it's primarily games, but other forms of entertainment as well. I do feel that in the next few years, we're going to see a strong pushback on this in the next 2, 3, 4 years, as other games are realizing. I think that, probably the worst day of David Jaffe's life was November 5th. And I think that, I think because of November 5th, we're going to see a strong cultural shift. We've already started to see that strong cultural shift. And you're going to see people like David Jaffe whining and crying more than they ever have before because of it. So yeah. We're going to go back to acceptance. Mr. Melancholy says, David Jaffe just needs to shut up. As someone who is black, he needs to get lost. That's amazing. Thank you, Mr. Melancholy. Appreciate that. Norm says, imagine having brain cells, David Jaffe cake. Yeah. Tactical Dish Soap says, how can these people say we make the games worst? We aren't making them to begin with. That's right. Kratos Raptor says, the irony here with Kratos, says, as a black man who loves God of War, fuck David Jaffe. There you go. Suna says, I'll take that as a badge of honor, Jaffe. Thanks. Nathan came in and says, my brother graduated in 2017 and none of this shit was there. And he's one of the most normal men and is a successful accountant. Good for you, Nathan. Love that. Love that. Let's go to this last story here, guys. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Do us a favor, hit the thumbs up button. We're about 300 thumbs up behind our goal of 1,337. We would genuinely appreciate it if you guys hit that. Just like Vera right there. Love that. All right. Now, look, we've talked about all the insanity going on in the video game space. And Elon Musk, who is heading up Doge, who heads up Tesla, who heads up the Boring Company and SpaceX and is worth billions and billions and billions of dollars, also runs, obviously, X, has a solution. He said this via a quote tweet here. It says, too many game studios are owned by massive corporations. XAI is going to start an AI game studio to make games great again. So using XAI to develop games along the way. Vera, your thoughts on using XAI?
I mean, okay, so it's a very complex situation because I feel like the AI here is going to be more of a gimmick, right? AI isn't advanced enough to like make a full game without some level of human interaction. And I think AI is a very good tool, but I do not think that it should be a total replacement, right? I want real human beings and real writers and real artists to be behind projects. So if they plan to use it as just more of a kind of companion tool, sure, go for it. Let's see what happens. I'm open for anything. But if they plan to sit down and say, oh, it's going to replace 95% of the people, I'm not necessarily on board with that.
I could see a situation where somebody who has zero ability for game development, as far as actual coding, the X's and the ones and zeros of it, could go in and leverage AI and make a really basic game. I don't think you can make a game, a really complex game, 3D modeled game, things like that. But I think you could probably make, maybe a run and gun shooter like Contra or something along those lines that has very basic elements to it, NES style, games. That's something that I'd be totally interested in exploring, actually. I think that'd be super fun to do. I'm with you as far as I want to make sure that people have the opportunity to use their ability.
Right.
But if this is a step that moves us closer to, I mean, so AI, the idea of it being a tool is, we said this all along, you got to treat it like a hammer, right? Some people use a hammer better than others. Some people use a saw better than others. And there will be people who are extremely skilled with AI who are going to be able to make really simple, basic games, whether it's a Flash game, whether it's a game that's released on Steam. They're going to be able to pump them out. And I think that we will see a new age of shovelware, I guess, is a good term for it. I think there's a good opportunity for AI shovelware coming soon. But I don't know, just Blabs, do you have any thoughts on AI game development or AI for technology?
I'm not for it at all. I agree with Vara. I think it should be people doing these things. Sure, it's a great tool to use, but no, I don't think there's anything positive, really. And I also find it a bit ironic that Elon Musk, who we were just mentioning all the things he's now going to be involved with, is now putting his hands in this too. So he's basically becoming the thing he's against, like mega corporations. Well, that's what you want, Elon Musk. You want X to be this giant thing that is like the WeChat in China. Where you
he said that. I mean, he said he wants X to be the everything app, right?
Yeah, and I'm not for that. I think that's the wrong idea. That's basically what he's competing against. He's going to become that, the next big corporation that has his hands in everything. Why would I want that?
Yeah.
I think that what Elon Musk is trying to do with X is, he said it many times, it's built around, free speech, right? And giving people the ability to do everything on the platform. And I think we will see X become a payment processor, X become, all these things that WeChat and this China app does, the ability to buy things easily on X. Those things will be coming in the next, 3, 4, 5 years for sure. I don't have X installed on my phone at all because it's just a time sink. And it's so especially when I go on vacation, I try to remove it. But I do think that there is, when Elon Musk says he's going to start a company, he's not the one who's actually coding, right? You get that, right, Blabs? You understand that?
Well, I understand, but it's still he's still in charge.
Right, but so what you see these specifically billionaires who have multiple companies. I mean, I've known people who have legitimately 15, 16 companies, right? And what their days look like is their days are they more or less monitor people. They spend about 30 minutes, an hour on each company each day, right? And they pretty much go from meeting to meeting to meeting and talk with the people who are the CEO or their board, talking about the updates and things that they need to be updated with. So I think in a situation like this, I think what he's trying to do is he's trying to hire people to make it easy to develop and use XAI, which I'm not super familiar with XAI, but what he's going to do is he'll hire people and put them that'll be in the best position to grow the product and ultimately profit from the product. What that looks like, I don't know. Is it a subscription service or whatever? Is it included in your $9.99 a month for X Premium or whatever that is? But I mean, I think there are certain projects that Musk gets certainly attached to. But yeah, he certainly is spread thin in a major way. But I think that he's shown that he's capable of handling all these things. So
that doesn't mean I don't like that he's going to do an AI studio. I'm not really for it. Because again, like you're saying, he's going to hire all these people, but then again, it's the AI is going to be doing it. So eventually, you're not going to really need all these people.
Well, it sounds like XAI is going to be more like a game engine than a straight up studio. I mean, maybe he would make a studio to kind of highlight XAI, but it sounds more like he's going to sell a tool instead of.
I think it's a bit too early to tell like what anything is going to be. He's just basically made a statement. We don't really know a whole lot.
So XAI is a company working on building artificial intelligence to accelerate human scientific discovery. We are guided by our mission to advance our collective understanding of the universe. Our team is led by Elon Musk. Collectively, our team contributed some of the most widely used methods in their field, particularly the atom optimizer, batch normalization, layer normalization, and discovery of adversarial examples. We further introduced innovative techniques, and I don't even know what this stuff means, if I'm being totally honest. I have no idea what I'm reading. It's all just word salad to me, for sure. We're close partners with X Corp to bring our technology to more than 500 million people on the X app. So here's their timeline right here. You can see we are currently sitting at, right here with Grok 2. So we released Grok 2, our frontier language model, state-of-the-art reasoning. By the way, I used Grok today to create an image of me based off of Savvy. That was pretty neat to see. Savvy had a post and I just responded. It was pretty quick, really quick actually, to make images of me, which was really weird. And I don't know if you guys have ever used Grok before. Have you used Grok, Blabs, Vera?
No.
I'm not verified because I refuse to give Twitter my ID.
Yeah, fair.
So
I mean, they're able to get my shit anyway. Why am I just gonna give it to them for fun, for funsies, and pay?
Well, Savvy posted this as make a photo of me in the Pikachu hat, and Savvy's like, my boobs, and I made that of me, and that was like in, I don't know, half a second. It just kind of like boop, appeared, and that's like the best anime drawing I've ever seen of myself. So that was pretty amazing. Although I do have an extra eyebrow in there, apparently.
You do, or maybe just your hair sticking out.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. But I'll do while we read off some super chats, I'll have it make some photos of Vera Dark and Blabs and Pikachu hats. So it'll be good. It'll be good. Quick reminder that today's episode is brought to you by the Real Game Awards. Today is Black Friday. You guys get half off your voting membership by going over to therealgameawards.com. Use promo code Black Friday to get half off your voting membership over there. We'll begin voting here in just a few days. The countdown has begun. Voting will begin on the day Jeff Keighley's award show is live. So just heads up on that. Head over to therealgameawards.com. Become a voting member. Today is the day. Get half off your voting membership. Go do it now. Appreciate that. All right. Do we have anything else on the run sheet today, Blabs? I know we have Plain Talk and Clown World. Do you want to do Clown World?
No, Clown World's disgusting.
Okay, sounds good. We want to do
I'm
Plain
not gonna
Talk?
lie. Just basically men wanting to breastfeed, and then apparently one woman has high testosterone in soccer. So maybe they're questioning if it's a male or female or, Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's good. I don't.
Wow.
Okay,
very fun.
Sounds like a great segment. Hey, let's go to, here we go. There you go.
Yep, that was it.
That's all the Clown World we get today.
Yeah, let's not.
All right. Let's get to some super chats. Blabs, fire away. What do we have? I'm going to make some AI imagery of you.
All right. So over on Rumble, B. Barrett says, hello to Along the Way, Craig. At the end of the day, Vera and Blabs. And Jared says, welcome back, Craig. Melee, K, and Blabs did a great job this past week, and Blabs accidentally said membership. That's correct. I rebranded us. Instead of membership, it's memberships.
By the way, one new membership today. That is Cray right here. Cray 538. Can we get to 20 memberships today?
It's the new word, memberships. Jared says, this one's for Craig's and Vara. Since the PlayStation 2 recently sold 160 million copies, are there any games that from that year that stand out to y'all the most?
Ooh.
So one more time?
Are there any PlayStation 2 games that stand out the most?
Oh, man.
The best PS2 games. Ooh, that's hard. So like Twisted Metal Black was good. PS2.
I mean,
Silent Hill 2 is PS2, right?
you can't go wrong with GTA.
Resident Evil.
Okami.
What else?
Ratchet and Clank.
Shadow of the Colossus.
Oh man, let's go with
That's a
Shadow of
good
the
one.
Colossus. Let's go. Yeah. All right. Nice.
Saint D12 says Blabs using the BFG. Okay, I don't know. Anyway, let me scroll. Oh, Rumble. Okay, here we go. Saint D12 says the entertainment industry from movies, TV, video games, etc. needs to see the fireworks. What?
Hey Vera, I made.
Oh no!
I was like, why is it funny?
No! I don't want to
Oh
see
my
it.
god!
Make a picture of Vera Dark in a Pikachu hat.
I've been race swapped and gender swapped.
Oh my god.
That's me, guys. You found my hidden identity, race and gender swapped.
Nice.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
I had to timestamp that.
Be tweeting that one out.
It took Vera dark, literally.
Oh my god.
Okay, Saint D12 says the entertainment industry from movies, TV, video games, etc. need to see the fireworks scene in Joe Dirt. Quote, it's not what you like, it's the consumer.
That's right.
Back of Reality says transgenderism equals being black. Has anyone asked the black community? No wonder Trump got such an enormous multicultural victory. Yep. I think I'm caught up on the Rumble. Nope. Okay. Saint D says, I would like to use AI. Nope. I would like to see AI be used mostly for making sure there are no mistakes in programming errors or game patches. Thank you. Over on Locals, Cookie Don sent a tip saying, hey, Craig, off topic, but I was stuck in Super Metroid. I came and look up where I got stuck and realized that I had to hold B to dash, shake my head.
Oh, it's a damn shame.
Yeah.
Blabs, I asked, Grok still has a little bit of work to do. Here's Blabs wearing a Pikachu hat. I'm a man, baby.
I don't look that bad.
Blabs, let me take a screenshot of that and send that out here. There's Blabs. We need to do a little bit of work there on your AI.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant stuff.
That's hilarious.
Oh, that's great stuff. Hey,
no, I don't look that bad though. I'm not gonna lie.
You into it, huh? You into what's being thrown down? Yeah, let's go. Hey, real quick, give it up for John, who came in with 10 memberships.
Yeah, memberships.
That's right. As also Shadow became a brand new membership. Okay, I don't know if we're gonna roll with this, Blaz. We'll see. But
yes, we are. It's great. No one else calls them memberships.
Okay, sounds good. Well, we're currently at 12 right now. Let's go.
Demonetized.
Yes, every time we have a new member, we come in, we get demonetized, which is great.
Memberships.
Oh my god.
Okay. Cajun Corey says, I'm thankful for being American. I'm thankful to be able to wake up every day, but most importantly, I'm thankful for boobs. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you, Cajun Corey. Snake Master says, I'm not going to read that. That's for Craig. Go ahead.
Daddy's back, bitches.
Yeah, I'd never say that. DeBuff Bluff says, Obsidian has fallen with the void coming out. They have succumbed to the progressive new Fallout. Ain't that a kick in the head?
Yeah.
This is a bunch of words I can't say. A male on stream. Bring back the 100% cute lady streams. Thanks. This one time a Bandcamp says Blabs getting too used to a game history picks going on challenge. Actually, no. I would literally be like, let me be Craig and be like, this is what you actually missed today, Blabs. Here's the other list. And we would literally go through the entire list. So.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah, I was you for a bit.
Thank you.
Pyro says, so Craig, you gained 20 pounds. That's how you know you had a great Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Jay says, my dad cries at holidays too. Just kidding. He left. Oh my God. Sorry, Jay. Six String says, and we're back to 720p. Yes, you know who set up the live stream and who didn't, because I'm 1080. Whenever I host, I put 1080. Whenever Craig, it's 720. And the chat notices. They're like, Blabs is hosting. Enu says, G's aren't that big. They're entry level at best. Are we talking about G-size boobs? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Says G cups and swastikas. Man, what a woman. Yes, Kirsch's mom has swastikas on her.
What?
Yeah.
Not a good look there.
Oh
no. Oh no, it's a story. Listen. If you really want to see it, Craig, there's a timestamp just for it. Enjoy.
I've lowered myself to 360p, by the way. I don't know if you can tell.
You look better now.
Oh, good. Thanks. Appreciate that. A little more blurry.
Solitary says, I made $20 an hour to put crap in boxes at Amazon. They hire literally anyone, including people who don't want to work. That thing is fake news.
There you go. Thanks for the heads up on that.
Mr. Hardcore Mo says, I worked at Amazon, now I work at FedEx. I hate you all, but I hate these corporations more. Thank you. We love you too.
Yeah, you're great.
Rebound says, that rhetoric is the reason I loathe unionists. Vigor says, former GameStop employee wishing well to everyone who works retail during this hectic holiday. Thanks for the laughs, Craig.
Hey, thanks, Rigor Mortis. Yes, all you guys working retail today, man, you guys are toughing it out.
Yes. Shout out to Alpha Omega with the wonderful avatar. It says Visa finally admitted they've been boning Japan by refusing to process transactions and will keep doing so after lying for years. Tagged your next. Thank you, Alpha. Marksman says, Craig, every time you leave, Blabs causes a racism. Not wrong.
It's true.
Missing says, many times the reason employees get angry is due to needing to work. Not that it is all the time, but many want to do less for more. That's fair. Marksman says, it's amazing the Kershaw stream is still up. Yeah, that was a lot. That was wild. Student Soul Silver says, for 6.2 million for 5 seconds of fame, definitely not a scam. Well, apparently an update onto the banana store is that the banana is replaced every couple of days to keep freshness. I saw it on Twitter. So you're literally buying it knowing you're replacing the banana every time. So it's like, it's not even the original banana. Anyway, right.
Okay. So how long does that go for, though?
They didn't say, but like to keep it fresh, they're replacing it.
Do you get like a year-long banana? Like,
is it a contract for like lifelong bananas?
Right. These are important things we need to know. Blabs, get to it. Get on it.
Daniel says, I don't know how Titanfall 2 is performing, but there are still hundreds of players playing Titanfall 1 online. I'm playing on my Xbox One X.
Titanfall's great.
I like Apex. Sweet Potato Knight says, Blabs chooses violence today. Voltron, CC Pizza? Yes. What is that? What is that?
I just did I'm using Grok to just make random pictures.
Trump and Newsom?
No, it says make a picture of me wrestling Hulk Hogan, and apparently the British Bulldog is giving Hulk Hogan a titty twister.
Oh my god! From minuscule, it looks like Gavin Newsom and Trump from like teeny tiny.
That's apparently me wrestling Hulk Hogan. So there you go. Yeah. That's good. All right, let's keep on going, Blabs.
Missing says the Wicked actress playing the Wicked Witch looks like a black female Voldemort. Yeah, when she just like takes her hair off. Yeah. Blabs the mercenary. True. Pew pew. Tech support says, fight your way through a horde of limping squirrels, injured pigs, and shove dead chickens in a freezer. Blabs Origin coming to PC, Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5, and fully uncensored on Nintendo Switch. Daniel says, in defense of Blabs, I'm a small town guy, but I've worked on a couple of farms before, and you're going to do and see some brutal stuff. You have to. Thank you. Main Ace Chase says, squirrels are long-tailed rats that do a ton of property damage. Sucks about a pet, but I feel nothing for the wild ones. Yeah, that is true. They're beautiful creatures, but they cause a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Jason says, the Peanut the Squirrel excuse that it bit someone was bullshit. That warrant was for rabies testing, which requires Minecrafting, so they decided to Minecraft it before they even went.
Okay.
Thank you, Jason. Greg says, plops Ubisoft on the table. Blabs, get your gun. It's dead, guys. I killed it. Cookie says, hey, yo, I've recently found your podcast. Love the discussions. Keep up the great work. Thanks for watching. Tech Support Gaming says, large chunks of Street Fighter series was thrust on devs who never worked on a game. See Thorgy's SF retrospective. Talent then versus talent now. Soul Silver says, pronouns are more sexist more than racist, but it's discrimination either way. I just want pronouns in a game to just go away. Yeah. I see the joke he did there with the go away pronouns. Haha. Freedom of speech, not freedom from consequences equals go woke, go broke. I support the market response. Thank you, TK. Jay says, like this year hasn't been jank enough, now we have to worry about Peanut and Pig Imperium rising up because Blabs is out here dropping Exterminators on Slappy the Squirrel and Crispy Bacon. No! Grusium says Genshin Impact at launch was basically a Breath of the Wild ripoff. China knows where the lawsuit line is placed, plus political support. Sparky says, can't react with laughing emote, post clown emoji in the comments, trolling will continue until morale improves.
I just want to point this out. I'm trying to get a better picture of you, Vera, and AI just really doesn't like you. Like, it really has
and gender swapped again.
Like, they really think Grok AI thinks that they know who you are better than you do. So maybe you may want to transition a couple different ways, Vera.
Yeah, they're doubling down on it. Even on the monitor, there's a black guy.
Right?
Suna Soul Silver says, if they ask my pronouns, it will be laughing. And thank you. Stay-at-home Hippos is just saying, if we still had men in white vans taking cuckoos to the funny farm, we would be in a better place. Bring back normal men in white vans. Oh! Normal Man says, Dragon Age mods have sticks so far up there, but that Vlad the Impaler's like, gee, calm down there, bud. Oh my god. Jay says, abandon ship, hit the button, Jeff, wrong button. I don't even know why we have that button. Norm says, I can't believe that this is the guy who had nudity and smeck scenes in God of War. Sorry, YouTube being silly. Thank you. Kuali says, can we just go back to criticizing games without being called all the names in the book? If the story is bad, it's bad because of ism, not but bad writer.
Incorrect.
Thank you.
Incorrect. You cannot criticize that. By the way, Vera, I'd like to continue this quest. I let Grok know that you are not black or a man, and it tells me that you are indeed a man and black.
Damn, they're outing me. What the hell?
I continue.
You did say to us, Vera?
This is Vera is not. I just responded. This is Vera is not black or a man. She is a woman with red hair. And
hey, nothing like me, but I'll take it. At least I'm back to being a woman.
It just took very specific instructions. So, we're getting there. We're getting there.
Sparky says this could just be like JP publishers with translation, AI helping people speed up the process. I don't want AI fully replace jobs. Activists, though. The worthy one says, David Jaffe, on behalf of the black delegation, piss off.
Thanks, worthy one.
You me in the movies. Here, have my post-Thanksgiving membership. Shout out, Eric. Thank you.
Appreciate you, brother. Great to see you.
And Nathan Cassidy says, Grok did the ginger side me.
It did.
Cyber Hunk returns. You don't have to buy. What about free market? Correct. And then we got some boobies to show off.
Let's go.
Because Pager Liger says, Happy Thanksgiving from a vet. I'm thankful for dem boys overseas who got cafeteria turkey. Also, remember, taxation is theft. Thank you very much, Paper. See, I don't even need Craig. I learned how to do this while you were gone.
Let's go,
Shout
Paper
out,
Liger. Paper Liger, thank you very much. Appreciate that greatly. Yes, salute to our boys over there.
Fluffy Pro says, got off a 5 a.m. shift. At least I saw you live, and at least it wasn't a 5 a.m. shit. Thank you, Fluffy Pro. Sparky says, oh no, Grok is suffering from dyslexia.
There you go.
And I think we are all caught up everywhere. I think.
All right, Civil War General Sherman says, this looks like one of the keys to the next administration is bring back prayer and into public schools. Atheists, get your fedoras and neckbeards ready. Say no to religious or indoctrination of any type towards children. Thanks, Civil War General Sherman. Appreciate that. All right. What's that?
Cookie Don for $1 says, ask Grok to look up a pic of Avowed Dark.
Okay, hold on. Find a picture of Vera Dark. We're doing it.
Uh-oh.
We'll see what happens here.
Dun, dun, dun.
It says, based on the information available on X and the web, there isn't a direct image provided of Vera Dark.
There isn't.
You
I
don't
don't show
exist,
my
bro.
face 3 to 4 to 5 times a day, every day for the past 5 years. I don't know. I've never shown my face.
Yes. Well, we'll see how that works out. And Vera she's a VTuber, actually, which is great. You're a black male
That's me.
moonlighting as a redheaded female, which is great. All right, Vera, tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find me on YouTube at Veradark Dark Titan Media. I'm at nearly 136,000 subscribers. You can find me on X at Vera_Dark. And if you go to my videos, links in the description to Instagram, my Rumble, my Discord server, lots of places you can find me.
Love it. Love it. All right, guys, it's good to be back. Appreciate you guys popping in and give it up for Blabs one more time for holding it down for a week without me. We'll be back at it again one more time when we're back on Monday. Regular schedule, getting back at it. Who's going to be joining us on Monday besides Flash? Anybody? Just Flash?
Just Yellow Flash. I've given him a break.
All right. Flash is joining us on Monday, which is going to be great. Back to our regular programming. We're going to power through until the Christmas break. But man, oh man, we got a lot of good stuff going on. Once again, a quick reminder, open up a new tab. Head over to therealgameawards.com. Use promo code Black Friday and become a voting member today, right now. This only lasts today, right now. So head over there at therealgameawards.com. Use promo code Black Friday. Get half off your voting membership over there right now. We appreciate you guys popping in. Have a great rest of your day. And remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. See you guys Monday when we're back at it at 11 a.m. Central Time. See you guys later. Bye-bye.
Fatality.